Where's the trailer?
Where's the trailer?
It is.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't expect that. I just thought we were going to go straight.
Oh, do you mean this one?
I could have been picking your nose.
Once upon a time, there were three beautiful girls.
That's a better way of doing it.
Two of them graduated from the police academy. The other graduated from a top school for models. And they each reaped the rewards of their exciting careers. But I took them away from all that, and now they work for me.
How did he have to do that?
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
Oh, angelic.
Blurry there.
Blurry. Good on.
Yeah, blur me out.
Oh, I can eat a pasty now. Killer.
That must be a pie tonight. Steak pie. New guest every week. Not new guest.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Not every week, and they're not new. Oh, God.
Hey! Angelic.
It worked.
What? Angelic.
That's not bad at all.
I've just
Not sure about the
Oh.
quality. They're not sure about the quality of that, though.
I don't know what it was awesome. Welcome to episode 102. Season 2. Season 2. 102 of ZSR. USR. OPR. Whatever it's called.
OPR.
OPR. Old age pensioners PR.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
The chat is
It's
jumping.
booming. It's just went
It's
from
gone.
21 to 36 straight away. So thanks everyone for coming. We really, really appreciate it. So hi Jason. We've got Jason. We've got Gerard. We've got Jonathan.
Jono. Oh, I can't get
Kieran.
Kieran, Mr. Ball.
Kieran's
Hi,
funny with
Kieran.
his comments, isn't he? He's got a good personality, our Kieran, and he's got a he leaves a
Yeah, he's got a wit. He's got a sharp wit.
Mhm.
He has. Yeah. Sharp-witted people.
Poppy. Hey, Rops.
Happy. Here we go.
Biker.
Tony's easy.
Tony's here. Chocolate chips
And
here.
donut. Yeah,
Oi,
chocolate
oi.
chips.
Coughlin's here.
The law.
Oh, Dino. I ain't got muscles.
I don't do that much. He's not very now, is he? He's not. I don't think he does the gym much now, does he? He used to.
You know, he's like an ox. He's like an ox.
He's here. Yeah. He's still
Oh.
doing the gym every day, Dino. Every day. So we'll have
He's doing his workouts.
She is, Connor. That's awesome, man.
the one place to be tonight, definitely. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Kev. How are you, buddy? Our
Hello,
Des
Kev.
is here.
There's tea.
Does.
Delphine, this is early for you. You usually come in about an hour after.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks
usually
for
everyone
coming
turns up
around.
about 9. About 9, don't they? They sprout up. Yeah.
He's got the urge. Sorry.
Right, Si.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good
How
old
do you
Si's
do?
here. Good old
How do you
Wizzy's
do?
here.
Yeah.
Darth, was he?
Yeah, man.
Loads of TVC
Woman.
out there, isn't there, was he?
Hi,
Joe.
pal.
We're off to Sandown Park tomorrow. Toy Park. There we are.
Have you ever been to that one that VTR just went to? That Kempton. That looks bloody awesome.
Yeah,
that
it's
Kempton.
smaller. Yeah, it's just a little bit. Yeah, it's in the same. It's in the London area.
Right.
So, yeah, Dave had a good run, didn't he? He had some good stuff there. There's some good stuff. It's a lot smaller. I was talking to. We were talking to Aaron. And Aaron sells there with Dan, and I said, "Is it worth going?" And he said, "It's a lot smaller.
What's
A lot,
small?
they've just started out getting younger collectors and a lot of better dealers, not just diecast. So, we're sticking with Sandown because it's easy to get on the motorway and back out and stuff, and yeah, it's just right. So
Awesome.
we get there early. We do the early bird.
Bazza.
Dave again. I'll see Dave.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah,
Bazza.
good.
Yeah, I might bump into him. See we go.
Something in the air at night.
Here he goes.
Rolando.
Oh no!
Matt loves it when we sing.
Cheerful.
Chippo.
Oh, yeah.
Who's it this week? You have to. He tells us.
It's probably Martin. It's probably Martin.
It's probably Martin.
Probably Martin. It could be Adam.
Yeah.
It could be Adam.
Yeah.
Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
Copyright claim. Yeah.
Who would you be? Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite angel? Like, I've got Tanya Roberts.
Lucy Liu.
Tanya Roberts. Was she in it later then? Tanya Roberts.
She was in the last series.
Was she?
I used to watch the. I used to watch the repeats because she was in Beastmaster and like.
Oh yeah,
there's that scene in Beastmaster.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen.
It's a clan.
This is worn out there on his tape.
A clanny bit scene where she's bathing and happen to see something or two, and that's it. And she's redhead, man. So redheads. Oh,
we're not bothered about that. You're joking, aren't you?
Copyright claim. No, every song, every TV tune I got, I came up bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, and if you demonetize, if you keep talking about monetizing, Tez, you can have a lot of work on it. Gonna go through your stuff.
I'll just have to go through. No, you don't unlist it. You just demonetize it, don't you? Surely.
Because adverts go on. Adverts go on every single video, Tez.
You know what? I might not bother because I prefer my content to have.
It's not worth it.
If I'm worried about that, I can't make my videos which are in. I use tunes and stuff. So
Spectrum ones. Do you get copyright on Spectrum games?
I've got I got an Airwolf. There was the really simple theme tune for the Spectrum on Airwolf. I got it from that. I was like, what? How do I get a copyright for like beeps and bops?
I can't do it as good as Matt.
Friday Night Lad Station, the Lad Station.
Lad Station.
We're here. Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Hoarder on the floor.
Nice to see you, Hoarder on the floor. Sorry,
that's a nice name.
I ain't got my glasses on, so nice.
Yeah.
Put your glasses on, Shabby. You might as well.
Can't get used to it.
That's how the end of the stream. That's how the end of our stream finishes, isn't it?
Both
of us on the floor.
The three Ronnies. There we go.
Yeah, the three Ronnies. There you go.
They would change the name to three Ronnies. There we go.
I think so. I've never worn glasses all my life, and I've got them now. And I can't.
He's so vain. He's so vain, everyone.
Yeah, I went within 3 weeks. My eyes.
Did you notice as well in that trailer? Did you notice in that trailer, Tez, that a certain person looked really young, didn't he, with his glasses on? Did you notice? Shabby short hair, dark hair.
Is it bend over? Your character bend over. We want to see more bend over. You want to see more bend over?
I try not to start like the
He's aged terribly, isn't he? He's aged.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're great. I love them. Yeah.
Paul, I was thinking about Paul today.
Paul.
Hiya, Paul.
Not like that. Yeah. I was just. I actually saw his lovely wife on Facebook, and I just thought, yeah,
see, there he goes. We should get Paul on. Paul on for a long time.
Not for a while, no.
I'd love to have Paul on. I'd love to have him back.
Yeah. He's become very reclusive now. He does his videos occasionally now.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
When he needs to. Yeah. It's hard finding. I guess it's finding the figures, isn't it? So
yeah. Oh, is that Endor Bunker? That was the last one I saw. That was
Yeah.
I will say hi to all on the floor. It's always nice to see someone.
Yeah, say hi. Yeah.
All these
on the floor.
We've got the nicest chat on YouTube.
We're all good guys in here, aren't we? And
on the
ladies.
Tony Z, have we said hello to Tony? Sorry if I haven't.
He was supposed to get in. Hot Stew's here.
We have to wish Stu good luck. He's got a big thing coming up on an interview, so good luck, Stu, with that. There he is.
Big thing coming up, Stu. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Just think, if he gets his promotion, just think of the Christmas presents we'll all get.
Oh yeah, it'll be abundant.
Do we get free goes in a McLaren? Do we get free goes in a McLaren?
Yeah, we can go in his McLaren, Matt. That's a good idea.
Can we get more? They filmed Rogue One. They filmed not Rogue One. And Andor, didn't they? There, so you know.
I never knew
they
that.
did. Yeah, right. Yeah.
The spaceport was all filmed there, wasn't it? Yeah, so the bit in the building in the McLaren. Yeah, well, in the posh bit. Yeah,
very yes.
Oh, Keith will be happy, won't he? West Ham in a European final.
Yeah.
West Ham.
Just say thanks to Keith. He sent me those swords. I've got sorted me out.
Oh, your cocktail swords.
Yeah,
they sound good.
I'll have to get it out, but he's got a sword on him now. So
yeah.
He's got a shield and his shield and his chopper.
Still needs to go through Josh's weapon Playmobil weapons.
Rudy's can be Rudy. We'll make sure we get one for everybody. Hey, TJC, how are you, pal?
TJC.
All in the chat says our Georgie. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Trying to get down.
Georgie and Stu going to Sandown tomorrow? I don't know if they are going or not. Yeah,
is there anything you're looking for tomorrow at Sandown, Matthew?
Something
interesting. It's got everything. Don't need
chips and gravy.
Try and find myself a bargain hot toy. You know. So.
Oh, you go.
Or
get some chips on the way out. Chips on the way out.
Do you know how expensive the food is at Sandown? It's ridiculous.
How much is a bag of chips? How much is a can of
They don't do chips, though. They do like cooked breakfast, and they do sandwiches and coffee. Coffee is extortionate, and they don't take coin. They take. You got chip and pin, or you count contactless.
A cup of coffee. You don't take a couple of.
Yeah, you got to pay contactless for a coffee. It's a joke. Yeah, it's a toy fair. And
what's this? The 90s?
What's everyone got in their hands? Cash.
Yeah,
and they don't take it. It's a joke.
We will live in the south. Do you know what I mean? Where all the
you could do a nice little business there. If you could pull up in the car park, get your burger van out. Yeah, we could do.
It's not like we haven't even.
You and Stormy go off, buy an urn, just sit outside.
Yeah, buy an urn. I need Aaron to come along. Where is he?
Yeah, Scuba's video was awesome when he was at.
I could go around in a trolley with a cup.
Yeah, it was good. And Leslie did a good job editing. Very nice.
Yeah, we take sandwiches and stuff with us. We load up.
Yeah, we're British.
I had to stop work.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean. What you mean.
Yeah.
Get off.
I bet they do. Get off. Oh my god, he's buying toys. Oh, so adorable.
Yeah. That's what my wife's saying. She's saying, "Don't get too much. Don't get any thinner." She's saying.
Yeah. Well, we all usually bring home more than 6 figures a month. So
together they're dueling. They're together.
Martin and Adam just followed me on Twitter, so you must have.
I think I followed.
I
followed Adam.
I've got a few likes off
one of the others. Yeah. So he's on there now. Yeah.
Got
a new video.
Here's some news, some community news. Beep, 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 beep. We can all talk on Twitter now. If you're on Twitter, in the DMs, you can record your voice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, do that. I've been doing it. Yeah. Do it on Facebook. Do it on Messenger. We'll do that with Nick.
On Messenger, but I think they've tried that on Twitter before, hasn't it?
Do that with. It's a lot easier sometimes. It's good. Just a little chat to your phone and send it on.
Yeah. Smith Lord's been very fruity already on his.
Is he fruity?
Yeah, he's getting fruity with his. Yeah, he does some good accents as well. He does different accents.
Campton looks good. Awesome vintage toy rush. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, Dave had some.
One of my favourite figures is a
Galaxy Rangers.
Yeah, you found that.
I never had any. My friend had some, but
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, Shabby. If I see any, keep an eye out because that's a lucky find.
I can never find them over in it. It was only through watching VTR's video that they said they were never available in America anyway. So I was like, "What?"
No, they released them over here, didn't they? Yeah, and I think European.
Yeah, European.
They did that with some weird. They did that with a lot of stuff, didn't they? So
they did, my friend.
Sort of like He Masters Universe when he got released in Europe and never got released in America. So I'd rather watch
Babe Station.
Well, I'm sorry, Si. I'm very sorry.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Should we have a look?
Oh yeah, get it on, Matt. Yeah. So there's high numbers, isn't it? There's high numbers.
I never go up that height. Is it 900 and something? I never go up that high.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Nine.
Right.
91.
Yeah. Oh, Frank LeBeouf.
I'm calling Stu Frank LeBeouf here, and I remember Frank LeBeouf played for France, played for Chelsea, and I'm like, he don't really look like him until one of the lads put a picture of him, like a Panini sticker on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, he does look like him.
Yeah, he does look like him, yeah.
Might get mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Hey, Luke.
Don't worry about monetizing. No, Luke, I don't think Luke's monetized either. There you go.
No, he didn't want to deal with it. I said to him, you got to fill that tax thing in and all that. You got to do that as well, haven't you? So fill the tax form in because YouTube's American, so you got to do all the thing.
You got to do the
Hi, George.
It's not hard doing your own taxes, though, boys. It's they make it out like
there's videos on YouTube how to do it. It takes about 10 minutes. It's so you just got to know what to click and what to do. And
don't click the wrong button. Don't click the wrong button.
I'm our own business. I'm going to do my own taxes anyway.
I think I made like 2p on one. So you know.
Oh, you've taken it to
wow! Where did you go? Did you go out for a meal?
Oof, yeah. Oof.
So Luke's here. Hi, Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Liver, Shabby, you'll be riding in a truck, Benty. So why am I chopped liver, Shabby? Hey?
What am I?
I don't get that. Why am I chopped liver, Shabby? You'll be riding in a truck to Benty Joe chopped liver. Don't get it, mate. You're gonna have to tell me what you mean.
Elaborate, G-Force. Elaborate.
You'll have to elaborate, G-Force.
Yeah.
Hey, Steady. Hi, pal.
Speak English, boys. But evening. That's it. Stu, have you booked a therapy session after interview? It's up tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
It's up tonight, isn't it? The video he's done rum, isn't he? Yeah, is that?
Look who's here. Hello, Nige.
Nige Vader. He's building some armor at the moment, isn't he? He's 3D printing some cool stuff I've been watching.
What's your way done it? I remember his road ones. Yeah, he's doing
Was he doing a ATAT driver or TIE pilot helmet? He did something the other day I saw. Yeah, look good.
I think it's a TIE pilot he's doing.
Yeah.
I didn't see this morning on Breakfast TV test. They were at Plymouth Seafront skinny dipping. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. Well, I've missed
skinny dipping.
It was a hot day as well.
There's a lovely swimming pool on the Hogue. There's a nice.
Oh yeah, the Lido. Yeah, very nice.
I used to swim around that when I was a little youngster, and the crowd.
It's all open up now, Matt. That is. It's all you can go there.
It's go down the deep end where the crabs were. Yeah.
So we've had Cheryl Ladd off Kieran. We've had Jacqueline Smith off G-Force. We've had Tanya Roberts off you. Lucy Lou off me. Who's Matt's favourite? He still hasn't said yet.
Yeah, what's that? What?
Favorite angel?
What's his not Dan Aykroyd. What's the
Dan
Bill Murray. He's my favourite angel. Yeah, he's in it, isn't he? Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Is he?
Yeah.
I've watched. Is that
in the modern ones in the films?
Oh, I have never watched that crap. I know. Oh, come on, Matt. You don't watch the bloody Blues Brothers.
Has it got Bill Murray in it?
That's 1,000 times
it's got Bill Murray. It hasn't got Bill Murray in it, has it?
It's got Dan Aykroyd in it.
Oh, yeah, Bill Murray's funnier.
It's got Dan Aykroyd in it.
Bill Murray's funnier, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
We'll get him watching it.
Yeah, Bill Murray was in it. Oh, it might be. I like Bill Murray.
I'm just going through and we're saying hello. 7 people.
Hello. Oh, mine's
therapy books.
Look who's here.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Hi.
We've hit 50. So
BOE.
So much for coming in. We really, really appreciate it.
Hi, BOE. Are you at Sandown tomorrow? BOE? Yeah.
He usually is, isn't he? Yeah, usually.
Not always. He's got enough oomph on his bike. Yeah, tie
Ninja in.
Can you imagine Nigel's missus? What the hell is this? Holding Bill.
My ball printer, electric.
Oh, yeah, going.
That noise. And it all the time, and whatever it's moving on the tray. And
well, I need to ask you a question because I don't know anything about 3D printing, right? Does it go through online? Because I was always scared of because you hear about it, they last about 18, 19 hours, some stuff.
Yeah, take it.
It takes a while.
No, you download the program on your computer.
You download a file. You can download anything, any shape.
Computer is connected to the printer, so you just got to feed. Yeah, the printer might.
So
the computer might
online. If your internet goes or whatever.
No.
No, it's just the file that's downloaded. Yeah, once it's downloaded, it can.
But you got to keep an eye on it because it could just mess up, and it's a lot of funning around. Printing I've heard. So, yeah.
You get those dipped ones where it forms. It doesn't cut it.
Just pay. Just give someone else the money to print it for you. Rod, hi Dave.
We've been talking about you, David.
David, good things, of course. Good things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have never once ever sat here and gone, oh, I'm going to make a fortune on YouTube. Ever. Do you know
No.
But I think that's why I think like using the He-Man song and all that sort of stuff in my videos don't bother me because I'm like, okay, you know.
Yeah, if you get thing, you just unlist it if it's not done, anyway. So,
yeah.
I big single a few years ago. Always, usually it's inputting. It's usually inputting a foot in it.
I know. I can't believe it's like, oh, don't worry, come over to the States with me. We'll go to the park.
Yeah.
My
wife says go. My wife can't wait. My wife can't get ready to get rid of me. So it's nice.
Oh, that. Oh.
Well, she ain't got a passport at the moment, so she ain't got a passport. I have, so yeah, mine's still in.
Yeah, mine's run out. My passport's run out.
Well, mine's I have to because I'm.
Run out a couple of years ago. It's like, well, yeah, if in COVID, and it's like I've never, not been anywhere since.
Yeah.
Just want to be here every Friday night.
I don't think
that's why I always go on holiday. I never go abroad. I go stay here.
Yeah. And the funny thing about this, it looks too hard for me. It looks like you have to do all those things. You see people on the on YouTube.
Yeah, when they're doing their programs and they move all the picture around and adjust it and do stuff. Yeah. I think it's like anything.
I reckon I'd be good at that. I reckon I'd be good at that.
It's like using YouTube and editing and all that. I wouldn't have a clue, but now I'm seeming pretty good at it now. You wouldn't have a clue years ago. But, yeah.
Well, everybody. I used to be in the class of back in the day. I can edit, and no one else could. Now everybody's doing better stuff than me on the phones. Everybody's in it. I used to be special. Now everybody's special.
You're special. You're definitely special in some way.
I used to be special.
I used to dance on Friday. Now everybody's dancing on Friday.
Now everybody's dancing in the pale blue night.
I keep forgetting, if you ask Star Wars lovers or in for the Wicket and Kanisa 2-pack. Now watch Mike's video, and that Nisa came in another one. I didn't know. Is it the exact same figure as well? Or is it a different figure?
What's that? Sorry, I was enjoying my vodka lemonade.
That Ewok 2-pack that's come out, it's got Wicket and Nisa. Right? I watched Mike's video, and Mike showed that someone had sent him that Nisa.
Yeah, it's an old they've put their figures up were done a long time ago in a different pack. Yeah.
Is it the same figure?
Well, one of them is the girl, the one with the pink hood is definitely.
Is it? That's wrong, man. That's wrong. Asking for all that money for a figure that's 10 years old.
Yeah, you're getting a coin in a card, aren't you? Getting a card back like it used to be.
Yeah, it's on card, so got to get them all. Have you seen?
I've seen your work. I've seen your work. Me and Matt have been watching your work for years. Do you know what I mean? And you're something else, mate. I think it's more than just pressing buttons, 3D printing, and all that. You got to sand it all down. You got to do it.
Sand it, filler it, paint it.
I'm surprised you got into it with all the customizing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a bit beyond. I like getting.
No, I reckon it'd be all right.
And doing. I like making it the old way, getting a bit of plastic and back forming it. I like. It's amazing what you can do now with stuff, but I like doing it the old way. Yeah.
It's not looking good, that Indiana Jones movie.
Oh yeah, I saw it on. I saw a thing.
And Phoebe Waller-Bridge is exactly what we thought, isn't she? Giving it all. You know what I mean? And they said, I'm beautiful and I'm this and I'm that while they're on there. And I thought, oh no, do you really want to see
I'll wait till
it's got a critic. I saw a critic score was quite low on tomatoes.
Well, they showed it in Cannes apparently, and they're not.
Yeah. That's
really,
right.
It's more of an artsy kind of thing. Listen, I'm going to wait till I see it. Wait till I see it, and then maybe
Exactly.
Yeah, well, they've shown a lot of Tarantino films over in Cannes, and they did well, didn't they? So I'll just see what it's like when it comes out.
Yeah,
so, watch it.
Isn't it? Crystal Skull isn't it 15 years old?
Yeah, 15 years old.
It was released. Was it yesterday? That's just mad.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing it in the cinema. I was not happy because near the end, all the ants all come out. The ant bit at the end. All the screen went blurry, and the guy in the projector had gone, and the thing had gone. So we had to run out and get someone to. They ruined the film. You had to. It was a bit.
That happened to me on Attack of the Clones. When we went to Attack of the Clones, I got up and shouted. The film started. Attack of the Clones started. It didn't have any sound on.
All right.
They were watching it for 15 minutes. I was like this. Isn't anybody else gonna fucking say anything? I went out, but it's like, what? We're watching Star Wars. There's no fucking sound. Oh, sorry. That's what I said in the cinema. That's exactly what I said in the cinema.
Okay.
That's exactly. But yeah, it was just like, why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you? It's like
don't mention AI.
To see the new film.
Don't mention AI.
Don't mention AI.
No, we're not mentioning that. I mentioned it. He was on Culture Cast on Tuesday. I'm putting the thing. And I thought, oh no.
No, I was quite reserved actually on that. I was quite reserved.
You did very good. You were very good on that, Terence.
Yeah, very good.
They gave Ford a standing ovation and an award. Yeah.
I don't think it was for him to be like.
Yeah.
I think it'll be what luckily, if you just go in knowing that it's not going to be that great, just you just enjoy it.
I think I went into Crystal Skull like that. And Crystal Skull is okay. It's not as bad as people say. It's got better age, I think.
Is our guest ready?
Probably.
Thumbs up if you're ready.
Thumbs down if you.
Hello, Thousand Skulls. How are you? I wanted to get you on because we're talking about this Indiana Jones movie, and we've got and ah in this. That's what do you think? What do you
What's Chris think?
Well, he's got loads of figures.
He's got the figures. There you go.
Love Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I just found this box downstairs. I was going to do a video on it later.
Ooh.
I can't wait for the movie. I don't care what the critics say.
Yeah.
No, just stay away.
Let
from the
fire Kathleen Kennedy YouTubers have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, have they started already? Yep.
What a great failure it is, and it'll cost Disney $200 million to write it off. And
yeah,
oh, here you go. What a surprise!
Yeah,
what a surprise!
They just keep
I've got to admit,
stuff, I don't care. It's Indiana Jones. It's the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
I will be there. I will buy all the toys.
Yeah. So, Chris, are you a fan of Crystal Skull? Because I don't mind it. There's some silly bits in it.
There's some silly bits in it. I wish they would have. The ants stuff was a little too much, and the monkeys were way over top.
Yeah, the
monkeys. But I think they should maybe redo that, make it a bit more.
Modernize it
because it was
modernize it.
I think at that era of Spielberg, you look at things. I think it was that era from Minority Report. I can't remember any of the Spielberg movies in that era. But a lot. It had that strange sort of glow on it. Do you know what I mean?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. That kind of like.
We could just just recut it, cut it down so there's less monkeys. He just swings on his own through a tree or something. It just gets,
I think that was Spielberg playing with digital technology and not really understanding how to use it yet.
Yeah, I think it was.
So you get a lot of weird setups. I didn't mind the whole, jumping in a refrigerator and surviving.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought it was pretty.
I loved all that at the beginning. That was great.
You got to remember as well. It was it was within that era that the nuclear testing in the 50s.
Yeah.
So it was it was unmatched fit.
It was really weird just seeing that 1950s sort of built house, and you just suddenly
it's
in a different time era.
And being, the Red Scare mixed with UFOs, and I didn't mind it at all. And plus, the whole thing is built off. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called Chariots of the Gods?
No. Oh, is that
no.
So it was a 1970s documentary about ancient aliens.
Is it Arthur C. Clarke, that one?
No,
No.
I love it. That loves all this
I
sort.
can't remember. It's Eric Von Dyken or something like that. But oddly enough, we watched it in school.
Wow.
It's basically just talks about how the pyramids might have been built, and mostly it goes to Aztec and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
I love stuff
you
like
can
this.
see a lot of influences in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull like that. In fact, they even bring up the real crystal skulls in that movie, and so you can see how it kind of came about. But in the movie, I don't watch it a ton. I wish that they'd kept the canon of him having a daughter, not having a son.
Yeah. That's annoying as well, because like that dynamic kind of works, but then Sheila Buff, what are they going to say in the next movie about his son? And
probably have to do a picture on the mantelpiece. Like
there'll be a picture that, Mutt's off doing this or that.
Yeah.
It'd be like a couple of lines, and that'll be it, I think.
Yeah, that'll be it. Where honestly, I would have loved Natalie Portman to have played his daughter.
Yeah, that would have worked.
And then you could have either moved on and used her later, and then kind of a Tomb Raider-y type thing.
Man.
Yeah,
that is a brilliant idea. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
We know that in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, he's in Chicago in 1991 living with his daughter.
Is that what? Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's John. Hey.
John.
Hey. How you guys doing?
The shark's on. It's Meg. It's Meg too.
He's got that fish stuck on his head, isn't he?
John's Meg too. He's Meg too.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
are you looking
I look
forward to
exactly like Jason Statham, don't I?
Wow, yeah.
Oh, you do.
You got the accents down to a T as well.
Jason Statham.
Jason Momoa was here.
Full of Jasons.
Yeah.
John,
what are the Jasons?
Indiana Jones movie. What do you think? Are you looking forward to it? You think?
Oh no, I'm all in. I'm looking forward to it. I'm all in.
Yeah,
I love it.
Look at us.
Yeah.
All in the same boat.
Yeah.
Can't
Meg.
Well, it has to be good. Okay, so you guys were talking just a little bit ago. So number one was fantastic. Everyone agrees. Number two, you've got a little bit of those issues. Like, can you really fall out of an airplane in an inflatable boat?
Yeah, daft stuff.
Land on a mountain, slide all the way down, fly off the cliff.
Saturday matinee.
You know what I mean? Like, can that really happen? And then, so number two,
2 minutes. My dog is screaming in there, and I can hear it. I'll be 1 sec.
Turn your mic off, Shabby. Shut up.
So it's a little. But number two, some people agree it's a little off. But then number three, you get back to it being like, that's really top-notch film. That's a great film.
Yeah.
And number four, people think is a little off with that monkey swing scene and the explosion.
Yeah.
We were talking about the nuclear bomb with the refrigerator. So there's a couple little weird things in it. So now number five is another odd movie one. Has to be perfect again, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Great.
It's those sort of things when we watched it as a kid, and not just Indiana Jones, like lots of films. Like I remember my uncle always going, when Stay Puft came around the corner in Ghostbusters, and he this is too far fetched. There was that kind of. Did your parents ever say that? This would never happen. This is too far fetched.
Ghostbusters.
In part two, when the Statue of Liberty walked in.
Oh yeah, that's too far fetched. Yeah, that's too far fetched. Yeah,
I think by the time Ghostbusters came around, we were at the point where somewhere in that era. Was that 84? Was that
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 84.
That was right around, because right around Return of the Jedi into 84, 85, like those years. Okay, my parents were starting a divorce.
Yeah, but
And what my father would do was he took us to a multiplex theater, and he literally would hand us like $25-$30, drop us off, and be like, we'll be back in 6 hours. So we'd watch 3 movies like back to back and hang out in the movie theater, and then they'd come pick us up, and we were eating like nachos and popcorn for lunch. You know, like
hard times, but like freedom as well.
Yes, exactly. While they were going through figuring out what they were going to do as adults, you know, it was a safe place to leave us, and just right around the corner in a sense, you know, next town over or whatever. So
you'd be 10 in 83, John, was that right? 83?
Yeah, I was 10. Yeah. So by Ghostbusters, I was around 11. So but that carried on for a couple of years, even after the divorce. It just became a thing that, like, on the weekends, especially, my dad would. We enjoyed it so much that he would just drop us off, and we'd watch 2 or 3 movies in a row, and then he'd pick us up, and eventually we had a lot of friends coming by doing the same thing. There'd be 4 or 5 of us.
Do you know, I've not seen one of these. One Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. I've not seen.
I've not watched it. I've not watched it seriously.
I've not watched it in a long time. No, it used to be on TV, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was on our TV when we were kids, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, in the late 80s, early 90s. Is it late 80s?
Yeah, it was 90s, Tez. More 90s.
Yeah,
it was 90s.
Oh, yeah, it was after Crusade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really hope that they I really hope that they've been saying they're adding all the Indiana Jones stuff to Disney Plus, right?
They got to add that.
I've been hoping they add the Young Indiana Chronicles to it as well, because
I
was rewatching
out. See those again, yeah.
Can you get it on? Can you get it on? You can get it on DVD, can't you? But not Blu-ray or anything. You can get DVD.
And I don't know what.
Not a Blu-ray release of it yet. Just VHS and DVD.
Yeah,
I don't think it's on any streaming service. That's the thing, you know.
You would have be on Disney Plus, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I hope.
I used to have them on VHS. I used to record them. I don't think we have the entire series of it.
I think they show. Yeah, there's that famous episode where Harrison Ford came back and did that one. The episode.
Oh where yes! Oh my God! I can find that.
It's got a Native American guy. He's a partner, and they get chased in the snow.
Wow!
Yeah.
Over here, they were eventually recut up into
early 90s, man.
So they were like an hour and a half long.
What, showed them on like ABC or CBS, Chris, and did it that
They
way?
were on ABC, yeah.
Right, got you. Oh, that sounds interesting. What's your favourite Indiana Jones movie? Which is your favourite?
Raiders.
I don't know. Temple of Doom. I've always had a soft spot for Temple of Doom.
I would say Raiders, Temple of Doom. in the order that they were released, I think is my favourite.
Yeah, they're in release order basically for me.
Yeah.
I think it gets a bit better though, Crystal Skull, because like I said, my little boy, I sat and watched every Indiana Jones movie in a row, like from Monday to Thursday, watched all of them, and he loved them. And even that, I haven't seen it for years, and I thought I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Because he's loving these. He's not going to know it. He's only a little boy, so. But he absolutely loved it. And I thought maybe that watching it with him, I thought it's not that bad. This movie, it's not.
No, yeah.
Well, over here, I don't know when. I think it's later this month or beginning of next month. Raiders is being put back in theaters.
Oh, wow.
It is. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good. That'd be good to see it on the big screen. Yeah.
Chris, we were saying we went to see Return of the Jedi, and I said to Jen, this would be awesome if they did. I know that a lot of movies don't make, they're saying that the theaters are dying, whatever. Play classics, because when I went to Return of the Jedi, Chris, it was packed. It was feeding for a 40-year-old movie, and I thought this is awesome. So
I think they are playing a few more old ones. I think, but only for because they should Aliens was out on Aliens.
All cinemas should just do a certain night in the week. Like
every Tuesday here at one of my local theaters, they only play throwback movies.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
They do. The two Americanized over here now, but then in America you've got a lot more independent, smaller cinemas which do that kind of show old movies.
Generally before a sequel. So like just before Top Gun Maverick came out, they played Top Gun for 2 weeks straight.
What? Yeah.
This last week was Back to the Future 3. And then next week, I think, is Star Trek 4.
Oh wow!
They're saying this, aren't they, that there's a new indie movie coming. But the way I watched that clip yesterday with Kathleen Kennedy and James Mangold, and they were saying this is definitely the last Indiana Jones. So I wonder what this is going to be about then.
Initially, the talk was it was going to be about. Remember the guy, Marion's father,
Ravenwood.
Ravenwood.
Yeah.
It was basically going to be about him. So if you got an Indiana Jones at all, he would be somebody who would be just a beginning college student, but that he probably wouldn't be until, a season or two down the line. The last time I heard they killed that idea.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah, I see. I mean, obviously, the thing to do with Indiana Jones is if you want to keep Indiana Jones going, you do it animated.
That's a good idea.
There are several people who do great Harrison Ford impersonations.
Well, would you be against somebody else playing him? See, I wouldn't.
No, there are already 5 Indiana Joneses.
Exactly.
5 people have played Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
I don't care. I'm as same as you. Yeah.
I think also I don't mind a new actor playing Indiana Jones, but I think what's important about Indiana Jones that the stunts and the action are physical, and it's that old style movie magic rather than big CGI set pieces, because that. Like the scene when I think of action in Indiana Jones, it's always the German. The truck that Matt's got, the German truck. That sequence is my favorite Indiana Jones sequence out of the arcs in the truck. He gets on his whip underneath and he flips over. That's what's special about Indiana Jones.
Chase sequence,
action wise, action wise.
Yeah.
The bridge as well in Temple of Doom.
Well, that's what's rumored to have on the new film, isn't it? It's supposed to be some sort of
I think that's what lacks in the last one, because it was the set pieces of the movie magic were all monkeys swinging in trees and CGI ants. Yeah, they were still good. They was maybe not monkeys, but I think the physical girth of doing those sequences
and
is magic.
But on the bike motorcycle, that chase was really good and really well.
Yeah, that in the library.
And
yeah,
once you
was
get
good.
into the jungle, it becomes a little too CG'd, and I never really felt like they were there.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the ants. I thought the ants.
I didn't mind the ant bit. Yeah, I didn't mind the ant bit.
I didn't mind the ants. Yeah, just the way they were driving through the jungle just looked a bit. Too.
Also the tank, the Turkish tank. The Turkish tank. That scene is just like, how do you plan something like that? Yeah. Well, that's the line. That's the line, isn't it? I'm making it up as I go along. What are you going to do? I'm making it up as I go along, and you get that tank sequence. Brilliant.
Who's a comedian that's in it? The Rolls Royce, and he was
Alexi
in
Sale.
Alexi
Sale. Oh man,
Rolls Royce Phantom 2.
Yeah.
Even like the color.
I don't know. You see, the thing is, Nigel, I've had this discussion before. It's like the way, I'm not going to go into the sequel rant or anything, but if I was going to bring back, sequels, whatever, I would have not done Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher-Old. I would have recast him. And I know a lot of people probably say, well, but I've always separated actors from characters. It's the characters I like, so I don't care who plays them, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Like especially going forward with Star Wars, I think people would much rather see some stuff with Luke, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. And at this point, you should just recast them. And the people who are alive can give tips, like Luke. Mark Hamill, I'm sure, would come in and be like, this is how I played the character. This is, you might want to and study on some of the ways, and they can just like how Ewan McGregor studied Alec Guinness before he went in.
Exactly right, John. I think that's why that lad in Solo, that Alden Ehrenreich, did a good job, because he wasn't pretending to be Harrison Ford. He was taking on Han Solo mannerisms,
and he was younger as well.
Jonas Sutomo did the same thing with Chewbacca. He learned those mannerisms, you know, and was able
and
to
you
figure out how to do.
You couldn't tell. You couldn't.
No, you couldn't. You almost
tell.
can't tell which is Jonas and which is Peter. Peter, right? Peter, yeah, Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
I'd always like to see. Connor just says there about Carrie Fisher, but I'd always like to see that Millie Bobby Brown. I think she'd be brilliant as a young princess.
That too.
Yeah, she does look. Yeah, she's got the.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it'll be interesting to see the Vivian girl that just done the Kenobi is.
She was great. I love that little kid.
See her grow up.
Yeah,
See how what she'd be like in the future. Yeah,
good point, Matt. Oh, yeah. Is it going to be Heir to the Empire? I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how they rework that.
I agree.
Empire.
We'll see, because I love
really a combination of all the TV shows. Almost none of those people are in the books.
Josie.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what.
Yeah.
These stories.
Because it also brings up good things for the future. Like, we all talk about, like, who's our favorite Captain Kirk. We all talk about who's our favorite Batman, who's our favorite James Bond. You know what I mean? So it's like you can, and now with, like people said with Lara Croft, there's been 2 or 3 Lara Crofts. So it's like, why not just keep Star Wars and Indiana Jones going, but with new actors?
Look at Batman.
Have them play.
How many Jokers have been? We all seem to accept that. It's funny, isn't it, when it comes to Star Wars, there's a few people that have that, no, if it can't be Carrie Fisher, then it's not.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree with what Johnny says there. When I watched Crystal Skull, you were like, oh, yeah, Ray Winston's in it, man. Brilliant. And it's like, no, Jonesy. He was a little bit annoying.
That's what Rudy makes. Tom Hardy was brilliant in Mad Max. He was.
I didn't blink an eye. I didn't blink an eye saying, "Oh my god, this isn't Mel Gibson." It was just like, didn't even question
and it. There's a new one. There's a new one following that girl, right? Coming soon, right? They're gonna make another one. Furiosa or whatever.
Yeah, Furiosa.
Is Charlize Theron playing, or is it somebody else?
No, it's Anna Taylor-Joy. Is it?
It's going to be a different girl.
Playing a younger, and Chris Hemsworth is the baddie. Is the baddie in it? So.
All right, Jonesy. Yeah, that one.
Remember Berlin, right? I mean, Ray Winston's awesome as well. I love Ray Winston.
Yeah. Well, I always wondered about that, about people saying that, but then I watched Andor, and Andor was superb, and and that was brilliant. So I agree with that.
Yeah, it's amazing how Andor has split a lot of fans, isn't it? It's amazing how a lot of people say it's boring, and then a lot of us, like you say, it's just the characters, isn't it? It's pretty.
Well, Andor was good, but also Andor didn't need Andor in it. Apart from the bit with the prison, you didn't need him. All that stuff happened without him in the show.
That's a good point.
Especially everything with Mama.
Yeah, he wasn't in control.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
He was basically us, just moving from place to place. So we could.
Good analogy.
But that's kind of my argument for why are they naming them after characters? They should just name these shows like a period or something. Like, you don't need to name. It's not like the first movie was named Luke Skywalker. It's named A New Hope, which is Luke, but it's like they didn't name it Luke Skywalker, and they didn't name the second movie, Han Solo and Carbonite,
something like New Republic or Rebellion.
Han Solo,
the Rebellion years or something like that.
Yeah, they could have. They need to stop naming them after characters and just.
Do you remember the uproar when Attack of the Clones came out, and everybody was like, "What? Attack of the..." That sounds ridiculous. Do you remember that?
But it's such a serial type name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like Flash Gordon stuff.
What do they call it? Like Pulp magazine name. Yeah. That's why he did it.
They mentioned they call it. Attack of the Clones, and it was like
talking about Star Wars. What do we think of this?
That's interesting.
I mean, a year and a half, lads, and we and the reason I brought this up, we've had discussions after discussions about this, haven't we? Through the ZSR streams.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That was very strong, wasn't it?
Did you go, Chris? Did you go, Chris?
No, I was going to, but I decided it's too much money.
Yeah,
I've seen people I know on Facebook. Yeah, we all know people who have gone. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of like Lucasfilm has sent a load of people there just to publicize it.
Our friend Sir Eric Brown went with his wife, and he said it was one of the highlights of their lives. They enjoyed it.
Yeah,
so
I've heard a lot of that.
But the thing is I think for the average person, like, you know, for me, it was always out of reach with the price. You know what I mean? You're a single person going alone, $2,000 for 2 nights at a place is just too expensive. And if you got a family of 4, $6,000, that's you could go on 3 Disney cruises for that price.
Oh,
you know
come on!
I mean?
You could sell about 10 items, John, and there you go.
Some of those comics,
I wouldn't have those, but then I wouldn't have those items.
Exactly, yeah. It's a balance.
Because whether you wanted to go or not, you have to book it for 2 nights. You have to book it for family of 4. Now, the majority of us, you know, we're married or we have partners or whatever, and it's very rare that we find our partners loving the same stuff we do.
Yeah, my wife would not want to go to there, really. Star Trek, but not that.
Can I pop outside for a cigarette? You know, can I pop outside?
Imagine me turning around to Jen and saying, "Oh, Jen, I've got $7,000 here. Right, we can either go to a lovely hotel around the world, or
Vegas, go to Vegas, okay?
Yeah,
I know. There's no way."
Or imagine if, like, Jen or my wife, we were in the hotel and like they brought some Star Wars coffee into the room service, and then the milk was off.
Yeah.
Go and tell them that the milk. I'm like, oh, sorry, Mr. Stormtrooper, but the milk's off. You know what? You'd feel daft. You're ruining my experience.
The thing is, I was trying to think about it as well, because I wanted to have a proper think before I brought this up today. Is it the fact that it's so expensive, or is it the fact that it's more or less based on a trilogy that we're not interested in? And I don't think it's the second part, because if they would have made it accessible and cheaper, I think people like myself would have gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll have the experience of it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think they missed a huge opportunity. My problem with it is, yes, it's 2 days, basically. I'm not going to spend $5,000 for a 2.5 day trip to Florida.
Yeah.
So if they would have somehow added a hotel room for another 2 or 3 nights at one of the other hotels and park passes, then I would go do that, do my Star Wars experience, have a great time, and then move to the rest of the parks, because you don't even get tickets to the parks.
Yeah. So if you're flying in,
you're flying in to Batu, and then they fly you right back out. I don't even know if you're allowed to wander.
No, you're not
in Hollywood studios, because you have to stay with your group.
Yeah, you have to buy a whole nother pass to the parks for the rest of the. So, like, if you're flying in from out of state, you're not going to do it for 2 days. So then, on top of the $5 or $6 grand, you've got to buy 2 or 3 days at the park in another hotel that you got to set up all yourself, either before or after the event. And it's then you're talking, you might have a $10,000 trip by the time you're done if you got a family of 4.
It's funny that I was watching Ordinary Adventures, and I don't mind them. They're a bit cringy, but I watched it at the Galaxy. It was funny because their latest video was the day before they announced that this hotel was shutting down. So they brought this drink, and it was in this big metal thing, and it had 4. And it was $150 for everyone just to sit for the store. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's so things like that should have been thrown in. Do you know what I mean?
Well, why not just get rid of the hotel rooms and just have the experiences and the rides, but just make a Star Wars shopping mall where you can buy everything Star Wars, all the stuff we collect. Why not just do that?
I'll tell you right now. I do not think that it's going to be torn down.
No,
they're saying it's closed. They're saying it's closed permanently, but I bet you that it's going to be refurbished. The structure is probably going to stay about the same, so it looks like a ship on the outside, or however it looks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be connected to the park, to the Galaxy's Edge. But I think they spent $2 billion on this. Why would you tear it down? That's a foolish. That literally is just throwing the money away. So
where did you think people were getting the money from? This is it. I mean, think about it. We're the diehard fans, and none of us have a pot to piss in. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But I think what's going to happen is one of two things. It's either going to turn into, like what you're saying, a big shopping complex inside of the ship, or they're going to just totally redo it in hotel rooms, and those rooms will be $400 or $500 a night, and they'll stay Star Wars themed.
Yeah,
but it won't have the experience like with all the actors and stuff.
You've got actors and the staff
standard
and
Star Wars hotel.
I think a good example of what's going to happen to it is what happened with the Decades Hotel, that is now the Art of Animation.
Yeah.
When they were making the Pop Century stuff, there was supposed to be the section that is now Art and Animation was supposed to be the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s themed areas. And they decided that it wasn't going to make money and it wasn't profitable. And they let that sit for 10 years
before they finally
went in and finished that entire area. And it's now the Art of Animation.
Yeah.
I think John's right. I think they're either going to let it sit so people forget.
It might sit for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll redo it as a themed hotel.
Yeah.
Bring the prices down.
Star Wars hotel, kind of like Art Animation.
A bit quick. I mean, a year and a couple of months, that's it. They didn't really let it sit in. I know they did this thing a couple of months ago where they gave like the VIP members and a discount, but even the discount was still $3,000-$4,000. It wasn't massive, I don't know, maybe it was too greedy. But Biker makes a good point, Ian. It's the same for me for Galaxy's Edge. If I ever turn up at Galaxy's Edge, I know I'll enjoy it. But the reason I don't can't wait to get there, all these hotels, because it's not my Star Wars, if you will.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, well,
yes.
I do know people who work there, and there's small changes that are coming, but probably not for 4 or 5 years down the road. That where
they've got
like when you walk into the park, the first ride is Rise of the Resistance. Okay. Now that's going to stay the sequel era because that's the Rise of Resistance can't be changed. But the Millennium Falcon itself is just a video. So what they're going to do is I think that Millennium Falcon area is going to switch to original trilogy. So you're going to have quadrants or set 1/3. So the first third of the park will be sequel. Then where the Millennium Falcon is in that part is going to turn into original trilogy. And the back half where they have the because that TIE fighter, it's what is it, a TIE Reaver or whatever from the sequels?
It's going to be used in the
I already saw the designs in photos for it becoming a what is it, the that ship with that swivels from the Clone Wars. Do you remember that? Is it an E fighter or something like that?
Tri-fighter.
Yeah.
The enemy fighter.
Well,
no, it's it is a clone ship. It's that E fighter or whatever. They made a vintage collection toy of it and everything. I think
I know what you mean.
But I've seen mock-ups of it, and that little corner is going to be a Clone Wars prequel area. So I think that Galaxy's Edge is going to evolve, but it's kind of like, because I think what it was sort of like Kathleen Kennedy's baby, and she was all in on the sequels.
Yeah.
But now that she's going to be moving out, she's going to be retiring in the next year or two.
Do you think this goes against it all? Because a lot of people are going to say, especially you diehard Kathleen Kennedy haters, is another thing she's ruined. Do you know what I mean? It is another thing because it was.
Yeah, of course they will.
They all came in, didn't they, saying we're going to make it original trilogy, and she went, no, it has to be the new Star Wars. So it was her idea to do it this way. So
but they're going to switch it now to be all three eras, and like right now already the Mandalorian's walking around with Baby Yoda in his hands.
Yeah.
But he's only
they'd be daft not to do that. I mean, that's what those initial designs came out, and then it was just going to be the sequel films. That I was like, what are they? What are they doing? That's what, as a Star Wars fan, you would expect, even if you are a sequel Star Wars fan as well.
All those plans were made after The Force Awakens came out, which The Force Awakens made a shit ton of money. And people actually liked it. They didn't hate it.
Yeah,
it was repetitive.
I like it.
It was just episode 4 again.
It feels to me like they have this assumption that the original trilogy is just for us. But it isn't. It's for everybody. It's
no, our kids grew up on it, watching it at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, I took 2 18-year-olds to see Return of the Jedi, and they loved it. Absolutely loved it. One of them's never even heard of Star Wars. Watch that. She loved it. So it's for everybody, the original one.
And so then they were too far along, and they couldn't. You can't just change stuff. You can stop building things, but you can't just change willy-nilly whole sections of a park just because, you know, Rise of Skywalker comes out and everybody hated it.
Yeah.
You know, Chippo is over here, and he's got a good point. They yesterday just finished demolishing those barges that were in the Epcot Lake. That cost millions upon millions of dollars to get that out there, and a whole new fireworks thing. John, that lasted what, a year and a half, if that?
Wow.
I don't even remember. I mean,
I
feel like I've seen it 3 or 4 times now since I've been down here, but
it was relatively new when we went down with Mom, and that was just a year ago.
Wow.
So they're not above just letting things die.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see how it depends on how the Disney fandom reacts.
Yeah.
Because I think the Disney fandom, the Disney involved and stuff won't care. And so they won't put up a fight.
Though as well, because I was like I said, in the way it's like we all play Let's Pretend and we all do fun, but it's like grown adults playing Let's Pretend. It's a bit cringy. Do you know what I mean? It makes me feel a bit. If
I was a parent, I would have not participated in their little things, but I would have liked watching people. I don't mind cosplayers. I don't do it, but I love watching people and they love their character or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the same thing. But from the looks of it, it just too many people trying to do it at the same time. And, you know, I don't know.
You probably get 2 Star Wars. You're like, oh, give it a break. So someone just be real for a second. Someone just be real.
Yeah.
I just want to know where the bathroom is. I'm not going to call it whatever you're calling it. Where's the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking. I just saw that comment there. They're talking about removing the Willow now, aren't they, from Disney Plus?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
Radcliffe, who wrote the Galaxies of the Women of the Galaxy book, and she does all the MC in it, the Star Wars celebrations. That's her. So she must have an inside thing of that. But
there's a whole bunch of shows. There's 10 or 12 shows they're removing from Disney Plus, and the reason that seems to be being given is that they don't want to pay the royalties to the actors.
Wow.
So if they take them off, they don't have to pay anybody because those
Disney
aren't on DVD. So they don't have to pay anybody. That show just goes away for a while.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I mean, Willow's not even a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out.
I better watch the last 2 episodes then before it goes.
Yeah.
I totally disagree with the idea of canceling Willow. Yeah. I think that was a terrible idea. I don't understand why they want to do it. But it makes sense to me why, like, Warwick Davis is like, no, I'm not going to host Star Wars Celebration. Then you canceled my damn show, you know.
Yeah. And this gives fuel to the naysayers even more. Oh my God, they're canceling Willow. There's another thing on the Disney nail in the coin. It's just they can't win, can they?
See, another woke thing that just got canceled. See?
See another woke thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even understand the reason for it. I mean, I liked the show. What was wrong with the show? Do you guys think it should have been canceled? Do you think it was that bad?
No, I think they should have had another go at it. They should have had another go at it, maybe. Yeah.
I don't mind things rotating off. You can rotate shows off Disney Plus.
Yeah, things. Yeah, I think on Netflix things only get cancelled after 2 seasons, and then you can still watch them.
The thing about Willow, it just didn't feel like Willow. They modernized it. Listen, I'm all for progression, but they modernized that too much. The thing about, like I said, going back and watching the original trilogy, it's a time they left all that rubbish out of it and just it's a simple movie. They should do that with the shows now, because in 20, 30 years, people will still watch it and go, "Oh, that was awesome." Like we have done since the 80s, do you know what I mean? But when they try and put every agenda going in the world in this new stuff, it ages them. They don't look like Friends. You watch an episode of Friends, it's so dated. Friends, it's ridiculous. Do you know, out of every TV show I've watched, You can
It's
tell
still
it's
the most watched comedy, isn't it? Still the most
It's
watched
still
comedy.
because it's timeless. It's funny.
Yeah, they're trying to cancel Friends, and I'm like, what? They're trying to cancel Friends?
Yeah,
They were trying to cancel Friends.
25 episodes they want removed out of syndication.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just
Who's this? Who's I can't see it on my glasses.
Harmonious.
Harmonious.
Is that the dragon that's set on fire?
No, that's that's not Phantasmic, is it, John? Or is that just?
I'm gonna pop off a second.
Phantasmic that caught on fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Jedi Archives. Have you heard about that, Matt?
What's that? Hey, Matt, you heard about Jedi Archives opening a new store in Doncaster? Dorchester, sorry, in the Brewers Square. Just 30 minutes.
I guess I am the only one who liked Willow because look at the chat. Everyone else hated it.
I hated it, John. I only got to episode 2 and that was it. I turned it off. I just I can't. It's not Willow. And the worst thing it is, John, I watched the film before I watched it. Just to
me too. I loved every minute of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I at least want a 1 hour episode to end the show. I'd like an ending because they left it on a cliffhanger. So I was like, at least give me an ending, for people who liked it.
Right, John, and I'm not taking the piss. I genuinely want to know what was it that you liked about Willow.
It was Willow. I mean, I loved the original film, and this was the continuation of it. For me, it was every bit as much Willow as the original film was. I enjoyed every minute of it. And I like Warwick Davis as a person, as an actor, as a character, as Willow in the show. I mean, I just loved every minute of it. I think he could have been in it more. It's weird that it was more about Alora Dannon than it was actually about Willow himself. But
the teenagers,
that's what a lot of people had a problem with. They wanted it to be about Willow.
Yeah, we wanted it about Willow. Yeah,
I mean, they technically they could have named it Alora Dannon. I
mean, they got Christian Slater in it, didn't they? Got Christian for that one episode. He should have been in the whole series or something. Rick.
He's
sort of the actor you want in it, isn't he? The 80s actor, Like,
look at that.
They did it wrong. They did it wrong.
Burned. Yeah, I love
Kieran's a fan, John. I don't think Kieran's a fan.
I know, right? It's something I don't know. You might not have liked it. Yeah.
That's. I mean, I've got to admit, Georgie, I wasn't a massive Willow. I liked the film. It was all, and then when I watched it, I thought, it's entertaining. But
they could have got some. They could have got anyone to play Val Kilmer's character. They could have got someone else to play that as well and made him older because he's older. He could have got away with it. They could have, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Matt. It was nice to see Willow back. Do you know what I mean? But
I think the first couple of episodes were a little bit ropey with, but they got better. Warwick Davis got better. But
I've not watched the last two, so
the music at the very end just did not go with the series. The modern music just put you right off at the end. You're like, and you're like, I'm not sure about this. Then the blast is whatever music, and you're like, no, that does not go with. With the series.
Well, did you guys like? Here's something I just rewatched. Okay, did you guys like Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah, I loved it.
I didn't like it. I liked it, but watching it a second time, I didn't enjoy it as much.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. See, that's what I'm getting at. I don't understand why you would like that when it has a totally different tone than the originals, and it's like Goonies. Yeah. It's like watching Goonies instead of watching Ghostbusters.
Will made a really good point then. They threw everything in Willow about today's age. Everything. And I think it takes you out of it a little bit.
Well, what do you mean?
They didn't throw in the movie they didn't throw people's 80s things into Willow. There was no sort of agenda.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean they threw stuff from our age in it?
Everything that's progressive now, John, or the agenda they threw in Willow. And so, in other words, that's what took me out of the story.
Strong female characters, that sort of.
It was like, it was like they were more focused and based on everything that's going on in the world now than they were about the story.
See, I think that's you reading into it more than following the story.
Yeah,
because I thought I didn't even notice some of that stuff. I mean, it's just I just watched it for the story and what was going on. I don't.
It depends it depends what you listen to and where you get your information and
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can see. Yeah, I can see. Yeah. It's a strange time to love entertainment. It is.
Yeah.
Talking about Afterlife, did you see Paul Rudd in his Ghostbusters overalls? Did you? Is it because they're making a second one?
Are they really? Okay, so they are.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I finished watching Afterlife the other day,
I've still not watched Afterlife yet.
Matt, it's good. It's good.
I gained a whole new appreciation for it, after watching it a second time, because I hadn't seen it since I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah.
And so watching Afterlife again the other day, I was like, "This is a fantastic film." It's like Goonies and Ghostbusters thrown together.
I got Goonies, right?
Yeah. And then I saw those after credit scenes, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. They were gonna." I was like, "I sure hope they make another movie because it leaves you on."
Yeah, because you had Winston. Is it Winston in the bank? Was that right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What I can't remember. I don't want to spoil it if you've not seen it. But a couple of weeks ago, I watched Ghostbusters 2016. I don't mind that film at all. I took Josh and the wife to see Ghostbusters 16, and we were pissing ourselves with laughter.
There was nothing to.
And then I came out of it, and then I wasn't really reading anything into it before. I didn't, and then I came out, and I was like looking online and reviews, and everybody's slating it because it's like, it's got female leads, and I was like, well, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
it was some silly bits in it, but
I think what there was for Americans though, I didn't want to watch a Saturday Night Live skit for an hour and a half.
Well, that's it. In the UK, we don't watch Saturday Night. We don't watch Saturday Night. We don't get Saturday. You can watch it on YouTube, but we don't get Saturday Night Live. So all that was refreshing for us, I find.
Yeah,
Matt,
we get it.
Yeah. Did you like Ghostbusters 2016?
No, I've not watched it, Tez.
I'm getting a big list.
I refuse to watch it. I don't want it.
Why do you refuse to watch it though?
I don't want it tainting in the other two films. So
it doesn't. If you don't buy into the Saturday Night Live and all that kind of stuff, I didn't mind it.
I'm still waiting to watch Afterlife. I'm waiting for it to be free on Amazon or Netflix or Paramount, whoever gets it, whoever puts it up.
I think it was up on HBO Max for a little while, but it's not anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't shown it.
Totally right. The problem with it is Ghostbusters is not a comedy.
No,
it's a sci-fi horror-ish film that has comedy in it.
Yeah,
and that's where the 2016 film fell apart. They made it a slapdash comedy.
Yeah,
the extended version of that, it makes much more sense.
It's a little better, yeah.
They made an extended version of.
Yeah, they did.
It's about 15 minutes longer, I think, and it adds character to a whole bunch of the people.
Yeah.
It doesn't help it in the end, but it still fixes, like the Batman versus Superman extended edition.
Loads better, and Snyder cut as well.
Yeah,
Tez needs shaking apparently because I didn't know, because I don't know. We don't get Saturday Night Live over here.
We do.
It might be.
It's on Sky. It's on Sky.
If Red Dwarf was the cast of the new Ghostbusters in America, and the British thing, it might not land well with the British people, but the Americans would like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, Afterlife I thought it was really good. It was a little redundant to the original Ghostbusters, but I think it was good at setting up what's coming.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed it. I've watched it several times.
See, Left Coast liked it.
Yeah, they
made him laugh out loud more.
I'm gonna give it another chance. I think. I got too wrapped up.
I watched the whole series. It was.
See, what I don't get about what some of the stuff is, like, people are complaining about having a strong female lead today as an agenda when we had strong female leads when we were kids. I mean, even in Ghostbusters, Sigourney Weaver's character was strong.
There's
in Aliens, her character was strong. In Star Wars,
but there's no strong men anymore. There's no strong. There's no strong macho movie men anymore. We're not allowed to be macho.
What about Fast and the Furious?
Hang on. Trace, what are you going to say?
I think it's because they pushed Warwick Davis aside. The show is not about Willow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It could have been called a Laura Dannon. Yeah,
it's about a Laura Dannon, but it's really about the two main ladies and their relationship and all that.
And they're likable characters. I didn't think they were likable. They have to have this cocky persona now. Like, I understand what you're saying, John. We grew up with strong independence. Look at Lois Lane. Lois Lane was awesome in the original Superman. You know, no one's. But nowadays, it's like they have to tell you straight away before you say anything. I'm this and I'm that. And and you're like, hang on a minute. You know, let me get to know the character. I think that's what.
And then the other thing I find interesting is like, if today they have two women actors on camera in a movie or a TV show kissing, people go, oh, there's an agenda. But back in the 80s, if we saw that, everyone was going, woo, 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 bring on more. You know what I mean? So it's like, why is it an agenda today? But back then it was not. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just don't. I
think back then it wasn't. Back then it wasn't shoved in your face, and now it is.
Like every show.
Well, we didn't have the internet
kind of like
So I mean, what I'm trying to say is, when I watch a movie or TV show, even today with some of this stuff in it, I guess my brain glosses over it because I've been watching it my whole life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see it as an agenda. I just see it as this happens in every movie I've been watching.
If it wasn't reported, if every minuscule bit wasn't reported on, John, people would make up their own minds and not have all this outside influence.
Well, that too. I don't read,
like we did.
That's true. I don't read the reviews. I don't watch reviews on YouTube. I don't get any of the negative stuff in my feeds because for the last 4 or 5 years, I've never clicked on a negative thing in my at all in any of my. So my feeds are now trained. I've only clicked on good stuff, so my feeds are trained.
Well, if you click on certain big channels with opinionated,
that's all you'll see.
That's all you get, and that feeds you, and I've been down that road, and then you suddenly stop watching that stuff, and then you get nice stuff on your algorithm.
Reading movies is exactly right. I don't think anybody was bothered about being full female cast. It wasn't funny. And they were trying too hard. I couldn't agree more with that. You know,
good writing.
But what's weird, what's really strange is that Bridesmaids was actually a funny movie. But the same people wrote the Ghostbusters one, and the Ghostbusters one wasn't that funny.
Yeah,
because Bridesmaid was supposed
I was laughing in the cinema.
Yeah, maybe that's.
No one told me to stop laughing. I didn't tell my son and wife to stop laughing. I was laughing with them. I don't think I was aware. I wasn't aware.
It's like the joke with Chris Hemsworth, though. The way they made him look dumb all the way through, and we're kind of like, we get it. Do you know
I laughed at that. I like. Don't listen to anything I say. I like She-Hulk, so don't. I like She. I don't love it. I watched every episode. I had fun. That's all I'm saying.
Even in the 80s, if they'd have treated things like that, people would have had it a fit.
Yeah, I agree.
Chris Hemsworth is just this pretty boy moron, and I don't know the whole. Bad. The movie top to bottom was written poorly. I didn't have a problem with the ladies. They all did a good job with what they were given.
Yeah, I mean they're all talented. Let's be honest.
They wasted the original actors, I think. But,
they did. That was like, is that all you're gonna do? Who are you gonna call?
Yeah.
Or especially Bill Murray, but he's his own problem.
Yeah.
But,
actually,
when we move forward with recasting and things, this is going to be probably, as big as the Lord of the Rings series, but when they recast everybody in Harry Potter for this new series.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that? All the Harry Potters are now on Netflix now. They pushed them all on Netflix the other day. They're all on there. Yeah, they're all on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Is the Dumbledore ones too on there?
Fantastic Beasts and Dumbledore, but they're not the latest one. Yeah,
I've seen the latest. I saw the latest movie. Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah, it was a bit boring.
What did you think about the Lord of the Rings? I loved it. I've got to
admit, I did too.
I haven't finished it yet.
I can't wait to see more.
Oh, the series.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I didn't get any. Just took it for what it was. Didn't get into the lore or just enjoyed it.
That's the thing. I'm the same as you. I'm not really a massive Tolkien fan, so I just watched it for what it was, and I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah, good twist
at the end. The one I didn't. Now watch. Everybody's going to be opposite of me on this one too. The one that I didn't like was House of the Dragon. I thought that The
Yeah,
Game
but I
of
miss-
Thrones.
it.
The Game
Yeah.
of Thrones thing was awful because every other episode, it's a whole new set of actors. I'm like, well, who the hell is this girl?
Yeah, I found that.
And I'm
I
like-
found that.
And they're like, I'm like, wait a minute, this is
I
supposed to
enjoyed
be
it,
the
though.
same girl that I was watching in the last episode, but now she's like 20 instead of 10.
Yeah, I
And
don't
then-
know.
And then like
She confused
I
it
finally
for
get
me.
used.
I
I
enjoyed
finally
it.
get used to that actress, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they jump another 10 years, and it's like, wait a minute, it's a different actress again.
Yeah.
God damn it, they got 3 different actors, but they left the other girl the same actor. So I'm going, wait a minute here, who the? So wait, she's the same person, but now
Yeah,
this
you
one's.
always say
I'm
that.
going. I
Yeah.
was just like, this is so.
I'm
messed
hoping.
up.
I hope the
I
next
hate
series
this.
has got a lot more action in it because it needed.
So,
more.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I have a
Not
confession to
talking.
make.
Well,
Hello, my name is 1000th Ghost, and I've not finished watching the Lord of the Rings movies yet.
Oh,
I
the
saw
originals.
The movie.
Originals. I've seen 3 of the 6, the first 2, and then the first Hobbit movie. I haven't seen.
Oh, you've not seen it? Oh my god!
Return of the King.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
See, I saw it.
And I was ashamed of liking Ghostbusters 2016.
I own them. I have the extended versions.
Sorry, that's even worse than Matt not watching the Blues Brothers.
What? Can I just say? Can I just have one second to say we've got about 64, 65 people in the chat. Thank you all
Thank you.
so
Yeah.
much.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Like
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Cheers, everyone.
Now,
Chris, you got to sort that out. You've got to sort that out, Chris.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's something else I want to show you. Can I show you something
Well,
else?
What's
What do you
nice
think?
is that the writer's strike has given me time to catch up on things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to sit down and watch those at some point. But the weird thing is I've watched all the appendices. So I've watched like the 14 hours of making of stuff for all of them, but I haven't finished.
You actually watched the film.
Oh.
Is everyone here? Is there a series that everyone's like got maybe saved on their list of whatever streaming, and it's been years and they still not got around to watching it? Is there a series that you keep saying, I'm going to sit down and watch it?
I recently did not series, but I used to say I've never seen The Godfather. I recently did all 3. I did all 3. There you go.
But is there a TV series, Tez, that you keep saying I got?
Oh god, there's hundreds, absolute hundreds. I can't even go there.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Grimm, and I enjoyed that. And I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm 6 seasons behind in Supernatural.
Oh god,
I still haven't gotten to
2 series. That was it.
Stranger Things season 4 yet.
Oh my
Wow.
Easy.
That's brilliant.
I've been doing Fear of the Walking Dead because I never watched any of them. I watched the other Walking Dead, and I'm up to series 7 now. I've been catching up for the series 8. I enjoyed it. I prefer Fear of the Walking Dead to Walking Dead. I don't know why. I just enjoy the characters.
There's a new Walking Dead coming.
Yeah.
There's the Dead City one in New York, isn't there? With Negan.
That's beyond that.
Beyond that.
Next one's called Daryl Dixon, and it's
he goes to
So
and then there's Rick and Michonne coming, Megan and Negan and Maggie's coming.
Yeah.
So they're making a load of them. So
different series. Oh, sorry.
So The Walking Dead will have like 6 or 7 series.
Yeah,
so 7 series.
But,
That's hard to say, Robert.
I've always wanted to sit down. I've got 2 series I've got to watch. There's Justified, which I've never watched.
Great one. Great series. Love it.
Because there's a new Justified coming out, isn't there? I've heard there's a new series. Some new thing.
Well, is he going to be back in it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's back in it. Yeah.
Yes, his character in that show is amazing. Yeah. It's so good.
And the other one is Longmire, which is the one with Katie Stackhoff in it. And
that's a good one too.
So those 2 are my next 2. I've got to.
John Baldry.
John Baldry. How you doing?
Hey, John.
Shabby, show your thing. You want to show something?
I will do. I'm just going to
Don't, Shabby.
I just wanted to show this because there's cool people on tonight. So I just wanted to see what you think of this because I'm excited and I've read on Twitter some people are, some people aren't. But this is Winona Ryder is Lydia.
Oh yeah.
And this is the new
what?
Yeah, and there she is. Look, and that's her now. She looks exactly the same as what she
Beetlejuice, Lydia.
Beetlejuice too. Yeah, they're making Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
So these are the pictures that were taken this week, and so I'd like to ask you all, because you're all cool guys, what do you think? Because we've all seen Beetlejuice, and I love that movie.
I do. I love it. Yeah. Great movie.
Is it Tim Burton? Is it Tim Burton film?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it should be
filming it
good then.
UK.
Yeah,
It's UK. They're filming it in, aren't they? Is it UK they're filming it?
Yeah, the film, and Jenny Ortega, the girl who plays Wednesday, is playing her daughter in this one.
I think
that Wednesday show was fantastic. I loved every minute.
Yeah,
of
no,
that was good.
That was good.
Yeah,
it was a weird mixture, like Harry Potter in it as well. Because my wife liked it because it had a bit of
it was very Harry Potterish.
Yeah.
But she looks fantastic.
But I mean, if Keaton's back for the makeup, they just put makeup on. He won't even look different, will he?
Well, look how good as he's got a hairpiece in Batman, hasn't he?
Yeah, but they just
said how the movie begins, which is absolutely bang on perfect. Which is it opens in the waiting room, and they finally call Beetlejuice's number.
But he's in purgatory, isn't he? He's in purgatory.
987,000, whatever.
That's good.
What's going on? Make me happy. I'm happy. What I got?
Well, Chris and I bumped into Beetlejuice at Universal.
We did. It was on vacation.
Oh, come on! I got exquisite taste in everything, especially pasties.
Yeah, Burton said he was having a hard time breaking the story.
Yeah.
Why would there need to be another Beetlejuice, and what did he want it to do? And he finally came up with an idea while they were shooting Wednesday.
Huh.
So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, badly written one. Yeah.
Well, when was the last one? It was 89, 88, Beetlejuice, 87. It was like 88
there.
88, yeah.
So
And then the cartoon came out, didn't it, later on?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the game, the NES game.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Terrible game. Really difficult.
Ghost, I am sad.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened at all.
I said his name 3 times. Nothing happened.
Oh.
We said Candyman. What do you think about it? Because what's the new Alien series called? Rigga Ragga Rogga. What's it?
Is it a Colonial Marines one, right? Isn't it a Colonial Marines?
You're talking about this TV series that's coming.
The TV series. There's a Colonial Marines.
Yeah, Romulus.
Is that
the name of the ship? It's always the name of the ship.
Name of the ship. Yeah.
Oh, Romulus was blown up in the first JJ movie.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm sure it's Romulus, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Yeah. It's the name of the ship. They always name it after the ship.
I'm keeping away from all the alien stuff.
All they've shown is they've shown us a face hugger on their clapperboard, haven't they? So
that's what. Yeah.
I'd like them to go back to more aliens stuff where there's more. It's not so out in the open, and here's the monster chasing. I want more of a.
Yeah.
If any of you have played Aliens, what was the video game called?
The one we've been playing, right?
Yeah.
Elite Squadron. Oh.
I want Colonial Marines versus a bunch of aliens. That's what.
You want.
I think there's more. I think there's more universe to explore in that Colonial Marines, because I read the books and got the comics, and I think there's more juiciness in that rather than like Chris said, like a slasher movie.
It'd
be good. It'd be good, but it probably it wouldn't lead anywhere.
You could have a whole series on Wayland and Yutani just going out into space and doing there. It doesn't have to have aliens in it.
Get predators in it as well. They could do the predator thing. You could just
AI will save Star Wars. Tez, it says VTR.
My mate, I had a bit of a thing about AI music the other day on Twitter.
Hi, Peter.
And my mate Al says, because his initials when you type AI on the internet, it looks like Al, and it's like Al is coming to just take our jobs. Al is coming to destroy our planet. Al is going to take over the world like Terminator. It's like, no, it's AI, not Alan.
Come on. Yeah, right, TJ. So you smashed that light bulb. 62.
62.
Yeah. Universal there, Stu is talking about like lazy writing and lack of any imagination. I actually don't think there's a lack of imagination. I think what it is people. Well, here's the thing: people are pitching ideas constantly to the streaming services to show. I mean, I got a couple friends that have written novels, and they've been optioned for Netflix and Amazon Prime shows and stuff. But what I'm hearing from my friends is that they're afraid to produce these shows because they don't have a track record. So it's safe if they do like a reboot of Batman 89. That's safe because they know there are fans of Batman 89.
Yeah.
If they redo Battlestar Galactica, they know there are fans of Battlestar Galactica. So they feel safe spending money on this stuff that we have nostalgia for, because at least they know they have a certain audience captured by that nostalgia. If they make something completely original, totally brand new and imaginative, it's a big risk because they have absolutely zero guarantee that anyone will even be interested in it, let alone like it.
Example of that.
So they're going to go with the safe project over the new one that's a fresh idea.
The example of that, John, is big AAA video games. How many Call of Duty games are there? How many Resident Evil games are there? Good or bad, but that's why there's nothing new, because they're scared to make something new because it might be a bad call.
It's scary to make something new. But on the other side, I think what it is some of these anthology things, like say Star Wars Visions, it's a hit and miss, but they could get a gem out of it with one of the episodes. Or like this new, I've been watching this I think it's on Roku and Tubi and a couple other streaming services, this science fiction anthology called Dust.
Yes,
there's a couple episodes that are just like, this needs to be a series, or this needs to be, and I think that's testing the waters. They do these anthology series, and if we start screaming about how cool something was in one of those episodes, they might take that. And or like Black Mirror, you know what I mean? Like,
they're all different.
Is Dust on YouTube? Dust on YouTube? No, it's on Facebook. Dust, isn't it? Or is it on YouTube?
Well, it's a number of places you can watch it. I've been watching it on the Roku.
I do recommend it. There's some amazing shorts.
Oh yeah, fantastic!
This show is, and I've never even heard.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to. I think I always think Shabby.
He's a marshal. He's a marshal.
Yeah,
I've got to watch it.
Yeah,
got to watch.
Because he's like president for that, John. In the 90s, Cartoon Network started a show called Cartoon.
Yeah.
And they took different ideas and they made them into shorts.
Yeah.
And whatever short, that's where Dexter's Lab came from. It's where Ed and Eddie came from.
Eddie, yeah.
It's where a lot of Powerpuff Girls, all those shows came out of
Ed and Eddie,
They're like, oh, this is good stuff. That's kind of what I was hoping they were going to do with Jedi Tales and
Visions.
With Visions. Yeah, they would take one of those and be like, okay, this is a good idea. We can
whole series,
do something with this. Yeah, but you're right. And if it can't be made into like MCU or Star Wars or something, then they don't want to try a new thing.
Well, this second series of Visions is definitely a higher bar. It's been a lot better than the first series of Visions. I loved every single episode. I enjoyed every single one. So definitely, I think there's definitely something there they can make. Yeah, the Aardman one was brilliant. The Aardman one.
I didn't realize. My friend about 3 years ago. Actually, I'm working on something you'd like, Aardman. You really like, and I was like, okay. And then and obviously, and then after that came out, he was like, oh, have you seen it? I was like, oh my god, yeah, you were working. He couldn't say anything, obviously, especially because I would have said something.
Did the robots in it from Wallace and Gromit in it? Did you?
In the background.
There's another
series of that.
Yeah.
I know Disney doesn't want to do kiddie things and sort of like that, but I'd watch a whole series of that.
Yeah, totally.
There's another world. There's an Easter egg in that Aardman episode. You get to see Maz Kanata's hand, right? There's a Luke. It's in the background. You got to be quick. There's Luke's lightsaber on a table, and Maz Kanata's hand comes out. grabs the Luke's lightsaber and goes,
Oh,
and that's how she
missed
explains where
that.
she got it from, where she gets it. You
Oh,
just see it, and it's in the background. You've got to watch it again. Everyone's going to watch it now.
there's so much they sort of.
Where is that one? Is that in a Visions or in a?
Yeah,
It's the Aardman episode. It's 3D stop motion.
Yeah.
You just see
Did you know they're making a Chicken Run 2?
Yeah.
What was that?
No, that's been on the cards for ages. Well, I made the fences and all the things. I made a lot of the props for that. But when I was in Aardman in
I don't know if anybody will remember that movie.
1997, I started working on that movie, and then I left, and then it came out because they take such a long. If they film like 6 seconds in a day, that's a good day at Aardman.
It takes
6
a few
seconds
years,
of stop motion.
4 or 5 years.
Does,
to make
it does.
So has everyone seen the Creator trailer that came out?
Yeah, it was superb. Loved it. It looks immaculate.
Yeah, Bob's coming out. Yeah.
I got a Blade Runner vibes from it, Matt. Did you not a little bit?
Yeah, but I just felt it was like Rogue One, isn't it? They just said you could see the visuals. It looked very. Just the visuals look like. But yeah, some of the characters in it.
What do you guys think of them? Oh yeah, I think it's awesome. I think for them to make a book like that and the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's Kickstarter started off today, isn't it? So
fantastic.
we're gonna get Bob on. We've when try and get Leon, aren't we, as well? Yeah. Because they've been chatting, they've been talking together.
Because it said the creator. That's right, Matt. You've just said that. So it was director of Rogue One, Gareth Edwards.
Yeah, that's why it's got that look. Yeah. Gareth
Jeez,
Edwards. He hasn't done a film for a while, has he? I know he did his Godzilla's, you say, but I think
he's not. Yeah,
he's not done anything. Fubar. That's Arnie's new thing, isn't it?
Fubar. Oh, is that the puppets?
No. He's like a ex-agent or something.
Oh,
something. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's a bit of a.
What's this? I saw a trailer the other day with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his and the puppets. He was doing.
All right.
My Muppet Show. That looked great.
Yeah, we're watching that. Me and the wife are watching that at this present moment. Yes, yeah. It's on the Sci-Fi channel over here. Yeah.
Richardson, Burton, so Beatrice. Yeah. Well, he's got a great renaissance now, hasn't he? He's just.
Anything new. I'm looking forward to
Debbie does
2 more weeks. 2 more
What's
weeks.
That? Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, that's good. I've never watched that either.
That's another thing. They're showing Dungeons and Dragons on Paramount in America, but not in the UK.
So, it was good. I just watched it. It was great.
Is it good? Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing it. It looks like a good ride.
Hang on, you can't get it on Paramount over there.
No. I went straight on and went, oh, it's all right. It's not there. Because we were gonna set up our films for this weekend, and I'm like, we're gonna watch Ant-Man or Dungeons and Dragons, and we're like, we'll watch.
Ant-Man's out, isn't it? Have we all watched? Have we all watched Guardians 3 yet?
No.
Am I the only person who watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
It's great.
I've got the T-shirt.
I think the best MCU since Endgame. I think for me, really good on an emotional level.
I believe at this point I'm 7 Marvel movies behind.
So let me ask you a question then. What Reading Movie says? Do you think the blockbuster thing is finished now? Like a block, because there's so much stuff out now, and you can't really call a Marvel movie a blockbuster anymore, or Star Wars, because we get them all the time, don't we?
Like Jaws, Star Wars, Raiders.
Well, and I think that's what they were talking about at the upfronts for Disney is they want to go back to Star Wars being a thing. Where you go to a Star Wars movie every 3 years and it's a blockbuster and you want to go and there's hype instead of this one that's every year. And I think that's a good idea. It would be nice. James Bond does that. At the moment, we're getting a new Bond, but Bond doesn't put out a new movie every year. It's every 2 to 3 years. And you're like, oh, new James Bond, let's go. But there's a Fast and Furious movie almost every year.
Yeah,
I've never seen
the first film.
I've seen the one.
Part 11 is already shooting.
I haven't. I've seen. I think what's one of the submarines? Is that 8 or 9? Did they go into space in one of them?
Oh, it's ridiculous. What was it? Just was car racing. When it used to be car racing. What was that?
I like Shaun Hobbs. I like the spin-off. I did like that.
I think Indiana Jones could be a thing, but even Marvel movies aren't anymore because, like you say, there's one every 3 months.
Yes. Well,
the thing is that like I don't think anything really should be considered a blockbuster because the blockbuster was something that broke the block because there was a line going around the block.
Yeah,
no one could get into any. No one could get into any shops or anything else because they were all blocking the doors to just in line for the movie. So it actually busted the block. That's why it's called a blockbuster. But nowadays people don't wait in line. So what it is, I think, is now there are billion busters. Like if it breaks $1 billion at the box office, that is the new benchmark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, John.
And there's only like 10 or 12 movies technically that while they were live in the theater broke $1 billion. Right?
Yeah. I think half the problem is Disney Plus put these films, these Marvel films, straight on Disney Plus, and
people will wait a couple of months.
They did not put them. They put them in the cinema and then left it like a year before they put it on Disney Plus. People would actually go to the cinema, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, they're not in the cinema that long anymore. I mean, there's a few movies that have only been in the cinema for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
they disappear.
And then they're gone.
It's been months, months, isn't it? Months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like Empire. No, it had a limited run, but like what Crocodile Dundee? When was years. It was
Robin
years.
Hood, Prince of Thieves as well, and Jurassic
Robin
Park.
Hood, Prince. It was. They were like they were. You could still maybe like 8-9 months. They were still showing over in the UK.
Yeah,
and in some cases they used to come back. Like it would be gone for like 3 or 4 months, and then they would bring it back as like an encore or something. You know.
Yeah.
I watched the Channel 4 Black Mirrors, and then there's American version of Black Mirror. I've never seen one American one. Is
on
it
Netflix? It's on Netflix.
Oh, is that the American?
Oh yeah, it's good. I liked it. Yeah.
What's that other series?
And he had to sleep with that pig, Matt. You remember, he had to sleep with a pig to save a princess or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Roy Kinnear.
Some weird episodes. Yeah. Bryce Dallas Howard's in an episode where they have to.
Oh, the app. Yeah, you have to be polite. Yeah. She gets put in jail.
What's that other series that's all animated that's on Netflix that's got robots and stuff in it and
Transformers.
Oh, no. I can't think of it.
Love and Robots. Love and Robots.
Love and Robot. Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that's a really good one too.
Some of those are brilliant.
Yeah. The three little coming back to Hulu next month.
You got the three robots going around the planet Earth after it's been destroyed, and they're just like talking about what they're guessing what humans did, and it's just weird. Like visiting different. It's quite weird, and some good episodes in that.
Yeah, I think. Well, you guys have got it right. I have a friend who runs a movie theater, and he hates the fact that he can't even get a month out of a movie anymore because it's already announced. Like I was going to go see Shazam too. I was like, oh, well, I'll go. And then, like, the next day, they were like, oh, it's going to be on HBO Max or whatever in 3 weeks. Like, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, save our money. Yeah.
I remember, like, as a teenager, queuing up when Die Hard I was at the cinema. I went to watch it because I was underage. I got in, watched it twice. And then I remember queuing up for the VHS when it got released.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, queuing up to buy a VHS version of a movie, and that was like a block, but like John said, like a block. People were outside Smiths, WH Smiths, queuing up to
I remember.
And Aliens Special Edition as well. Sorry,
this always makes me laugh. The Avatar thing, because I don't know anyone who's seen it, and I know it's broke all the
That's out on Disney Plus soon, isn't it? Is it June? It's
I really enjoyed it. Really,
I'm going to see it then. Yeah, I'll watch it.
I really enjoyed it.
Went, and then it's like the biggest. It made $2 billion. We have a friend in England, me and Sai, who runs the Odeon, and he was like, it was always dead. It was never busy watching Avatar. And I'm like, wow, I don't know where this is, but obviously it must have done really well.
Well, Ted, around that time, I was working at Suncoast Videos, and we would pre-sell VHS tapes. Like, we would put a deposit down on, like, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And they were afraid that you wouldn't be able to get a copy of it.
I did that with Alien Special Edition on VHS.
Yeah, we had hundreds of pre-orders that day, and we pulled them aside, and, we said the full-screen version and the widescreen version. You had to explain the difference.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I don't remember the last piece of physical media I've bought.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't either.
You know, actually, I found the original Flash show, a complete for $5, and I bought that. But I don't buy physical media anymore.
No, I don't. Yeah, Matt does, because you like it's the whole.
I like the Blu-rays. Yeah,
the Blu-rays.
Yeah. I don't do it as much as I don't do every single film now. I'm very selective now.
Well, it's like I could emulate retro games, but I like to buy the physical copy because it looks nice on it. It looks nice on a shelf, and so.
I still listen to my music on CD.
They've earned over $1 billion. Wow. Yeah.
I'm actually I'm looking at the list, and I'm wondering how they've totaled up this, because here's the thing. I distinctly remember it may not have been Star Wars Force Awakens. It could have been a movie before it, but because Jurassic World, I think, was in this boat. Before it left theaters, it made $1 billion, and people were going crazy about how it was one of the first movies to make $1 billion before it left theaters. But this list of 51 movies has movies on it from 30 years ago saying, well, they've made over $1 billion. Well, yeah, because they've been around for 30 years, and they've made it off of VHS sales and other things. They didn't make $1 billion while they were in theaters at the box office. Do you know what I mean? They've made it.
Yeah, well, that's got to be true,
but not their first release. You know what I mean? Like they've got Jurassic Park from 1993, making $1,109,109,000,000. So $1,109,000,000. It didn't make $1,109,000,000 in 1993 when it was in the theaters.
So what was the first movie to make it? Was it Titanic? $1 billion.
No, I remember them freaking out when Force Awakens made $1 billion, and Jurassic World. And Jurassic World was also 2015, and that made $1 billion while they were in theaters on their first release.
So I guess that's more. It sounds more.
I remember them freaking out because not at that point. That's why I was saying I thought there was only 8 or 9 movies, because I distinctly remember them making a big deal saying these are some of the first movies in history to make over $1 billion on their release in theaters. You know what I mean?
Jurassic Park's original release, it made $357 million domestic and $621 million international.
Yeah,
for $978 million. Then it was re-released in 2013, and it made $45 million US, $72 million international.
Wow.
Then it was re-released again in 2018, and only made $374,000.
Yeah,
its 2020 re-release, it made 1.3 million, and then it was re-released last year internationally, and it made another 10 million.
That's great. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, its lifetime gross is 1.1 billion, but it made 978 million during its first run.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Oh, can you imagine a series of Jedi be awesome? I think I meant it, not necessarily the money situation.
Yeah, Colin.
The last movie that felt like a block. To me, it was probably Infinity War. That felt like a blockbuster. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Heart in your mouth, sort of stuff.
None really. And I think that's why I'm looking forward to Indiana Jones. I'd like to get that feeling back of, this is.
Yeah.
Whether we'll get it or not, that's another thing.
I think it's the.
I'd love that.
Yeah, you're right, Shabby. You got to have that like an event movie, like Jurassic Park. Terminator 2 was like, wow! I went back in the next day and watched it. That's stuff like Batman '89 and things like that.
That's my point. We're all roughly the same age, us 5 right here. And if I said to you, name me 5 blockbusters, not one of these would probably say something in the last 10 years. You'd say things like E.T.
Independence Day, things like that.
Maybe even like Pulp Fiction. That was like when you saw
Pulp Fiction.
That was like, wow! This is like a 1950s movie, B movie. It's like this is mainstream.
Like
those
that,
sort of
like
Jurassic Park. Those dinosaurs look real. Pirates of the Caribbean,
I think it's not only because there are a lot more movies out, but they've changed distribution.
Yeah, that too.
summer movies are not summer movies anymore. When we were younger, when you hit May and people were out of school, you got Independence Day on 4th of July, and you had stuff more on Memorial Day, and people could go to the theaters. Now they don't care because they can put a movie out in March, and it'll still make close to $1 billion, or September. I mean, whoever used to hear any? That's when you dumped like some new horror movies,
or like January as well.
Always January to March, isn't it?
Yeah. Star Wars was May. Now it's December.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow, this doesn't seem possible. Okay, like was Dez was asking, I'm wondering how much Return of the Jedi made earlier this month in the cinema. I just looked up the 2023 box office for Return of the Jedi. It's only $7 million. Doesn't that seem like impossible?
Is that domestic? That can't be worldwide because everyone went to see it, didn't
it? Says worldwide. 7 million. That's all it made. I'm like, that doesn't seem possible because theaters were packed.
Yeah, but
I saw pictures of them. There were no seats left. It was packed.
In UK, we just hardly had any cinemas showing.
Yeah, there wasn't.
There was only 2 theaters in Denver showing it.
Yeah,
it's weird because England would have probably made more money in Return of the Jedi than America would. We all love that. Well, it's made on there.
The people complaining. I mean, it can't cost Disney that much to get it back in the cinema, get a digital cut onto the projector. It can't cost that much. They've got all the marketing there already, rejigs and posters.
Remember when we were kids, it used to be a big deal, the Disney Vault, and every once in a while you get Bambi back in theater, Pinocchio, and it costs.
Snow White. I resaw the cinema and Bambi.
Yeah. You see it with the videos, Chris. They used to come out and say, "Well, you have to get it now because it's going back in the vault." And I love those.
Disney VHS. Disney VHS go for crazy money now, don't they? Original first issues and stuff.
Yeah, just a minute ago, we just hit over 70. Wow, this has been amazing night.
So we're on $70 million. Wow, that's amazing. There's people actually stood out. There's people actually stood out on my block, blocking it, waiting to get
for an exit.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, we've got pitchforks and fire.
I do have to do what Mike said before about Avatar 2. I'm not saying it didn't make the money. There's no, conspiracy theory. I'm just shocked because it came and went, and I don't know anybody that talked about it. I didn't see anybody that was going on.
I don't even know anyone who went and saw it. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah, I think it's lost its too big a gap between the first one.
There's a but I thought that, but then you get back into the story. The story is a bit like, okay, doing that, are they? And then it ramps up, and you go, okay, this is working. This is working.
G'day, Jay.
More of them coming.
Jay. You got 900 more movies coming.
Yeah.
Oh, can I just say he's not in the chat, but he's not in this. He's not in the chat. But Dave Jones popped round earlier today, and he gave me a DeLorean.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
No, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. He was
happy birthday. That's nice.
Oh, John, this is birthday was a while ago. No, we kept missing each other, so he got me this nice cork diecast. It's very nice.
Yeah.
There we go. So I know he's shy.
Shabby, it could be because in America it only made $680 million. So that's actually not a huge block.
Wow.
But worldwide it made 1.6 billion.
Wow.
So and then that you add it together and you get 2.3 billion.
That's what it's just funny because we still talk about Force Awakens now, but it feels like only 6 months after Avatar come out, no one's talking about it. Yet you made all that money. It's just funny that and
all their toys are discounted and clearanced out.
Yeah, no one bought any of those. No one bought any of those.
It's exactly the same as the original Avatar. Whoever after about a year, who talked about it anymore?
I know,
or cares, or wants to go to Disney World to wander around.
And the toys are not selling, are they? They're just sitting reduced now, and especially in Smith's.
Yeah,
you can see all the toys
got rid of all of them.
Yeah. Well, it's a short time, isn't it? For
I mean, Des
like
makes a good point, doesn't he? It's still 7 million for a 40-year-old movie. So yeah, exactly right, guys.
Yeah.
You can't blame 7 million. Can't kick it, can you?
I must admit, this has been one of my favourite ZSRs tonight. I've loved it. I can't believe we've only got 6 minutes left. It's been fantastic.
I know.
Flown by.
I didn't know we were going to talk about movies so much. But
we never know what we're going to talk about.
We never know what we're going to talk about. Yeah.
We've got topics tonight.
We haven't even mentioned gravy and chips. Chips and gravy.
Oh, you've ruined it.
Well, what have you guys been watching? I've been watching that Mulligan cartoon on. Is it on Netflix? I don't remember what it was on, but
Or been watching Silo. Silo's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Mm-hmm.
Silo.
That's Apple, isn't it? Apple TV. Yeah, I must.
Yeah.
Another one to subscribe to.
I started watching the new Transformers Netflix series, but it's
from before the one they did a while back.
Oh no, the new one.
I
did. I watched.
What's the new one? I didn't know there was a new one.
Yeah, well, exactly. I wouldn't bother.
I watched Rabbit Hole, Kiefer Sutherland's new one on Paramount. I've watched.
I watched like 3 episods and couldn't stand it. So
Charles Dance is in it, so it's pretty. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
We're gonna have to borrow Geek Song. We're gonna have to borrow him.
What is he talking about? What's wrong? Geek Strong, you're out.
What you like, man? Chuck him down the pit. Chuck him down the pit.
I bet you go and see E.T. in the cinema again.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's let himself go. He doesn't like Return of the Jedi. What's going on, Geek Strong?
Here's a question for Chris, because we answered it. But your favorite Charlie's Angel because of the city.
Jacqueline Smith.
Everyone.
Different one.
What about yours, John?
I don't even know the names of these people. I remember watching it. Let me look them up here. Hold on.
I went with Bill Murray. Bill
Murray's not. It doesn't count. It's a seed.
He's Charles. In
the films.
Was he played Charlie in the movies? I have seen it. Oh God, I was Just say. Do you like Beastmaster, John?
Farrah Fawcett, I would say. Is it Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah.
Tanya Roberts.
Yeah, that's Farrah Fawcett, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's Farrah Fawcett. Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett, yeah.
I mean, it's not like we didn't all have that poster.
I know, right? Yeah.
I just wish I had the poster when I was a kid of the 2 girls in Cannonball Run. Remember the 2 girls?
I love
that poster.
That's the lady. That's the lady from the Carpenter, the John Carpenter films, isn't it? She was in The Frog and Swamp Thing. She did Swamp Thing.
Angie. Oh, what's her name? Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah, they were.
They don't show them on TV much, the Cannonball Run films anymore.
Well, highly inappropriate, Matthew.
Yeah, I know.
Highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Was that Farrah Fawcett also? And
in the first one.
Yeah, in the first one.
Oh, Cannonball!
I remember they didn't have the license to the Bond movie, so the Bond music. So every time you saw Roger Moore, it was like ding 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 ding.
It was different, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was Jackie Chan was in the second one, wasn't he? Jackie Chan was in the
second one. No, he was with Jaws in the first one, wasn't he?
He was in the fourth one. Yeah.
That was his first American movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was.
Yeah.
The Doctor.
In September, I'm going to a con and Jamie Farr is going to be there. Wow. So I think I'm going to have him sign something from MASH and then something from Cannonball Run 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I did the character Tez, that's where I got it from.
Yeah. I have been watching a lot of because I always forget that Burt Reynolds is dead. I always forget that he died. And I watched it. He did a movie, his last movie about an out of work actor at his age, and it was really good. But I started watching loads of interviews on TV from the 70s and 80s of Robert of him, and he's such a nice guy to interview. But Reynolds was such a nice guy to interview.
Have I?
Lovely bloke.
I was in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
What's the stuntman film he did? What's the stuntman?
Hooper.
Oh, God.
Hooper. Oh, yeah.
Hooper.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hooper.
Yeah.
It was called The Longest Yard Over Here.
Michael Van Vincent.
He was in Mean Machine. He was in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. He's been in all sorts.
Pat Dolly Parton. Yeah.
City Heat. City Heat.
Did you ever see it? I think you, Tez, would love this movie. Brian and Charles. It was brilliant. It's
Brian and Charles.
He lives in a village in Wales, and he makes a robot out of a washing machine.
Yeah, he's Ricky Gervais's mate, isn't he? He does that thing.
Oh, is that quite a new film? Is it, or was it like a?
Yeah, it came out last year.
Oh wow!
Did you see it, Chris? Did you see it?
I haven't seen it. It's in my queue on Amazon.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I love it.
I'll have to check
I
that
can
out.
watch that, or I can watch Lord of the Rings. You guys have to choose now.
Lord of the Rings, man, because that's shameful. I know you'll like it, Chris, because
I did watch the Blues Brothers.
That only counts as one.
See, I managed to somehow watch everything. Like Milky's here. Like you see the Wraith. Yes, I've seen the Wraith.
The Wraith. Yeah,
like
I've
a
got
number
that.
of times. In fact, I think I rewatched it only about a year or two ago.
It's on Amazon. The Wraith.
Yeah.
I've got it on my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
have a hard time rewatching old movies. I just have a hard time keeping up with new stuff. Just you know, like the Marvel movies, I seriously am about 7 or 8 movies behind it, and I have no interest in catching up.
Have you seen Endgame? Have you seen
Endgame, and I saw Doctor Strange 2, but I still haven't seen Black Widow, Shang-Chi, The Eternals, Thor 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Watch Guardians. You need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
So I got a question. I got a question for everybody here. Like, for me, like, I think the reason I've watched everything, including like almost all these TV shows on every streaming service, is because whenever I'm doing something in the house, like editing a video on my laptop, filming stuff, I have something on the television playing all the time. My television is never off. Like even at night when I'm sleeping, it's on.
John, when do you listen to music?
I don't.
Come on, John! You need to get on the barbecue.
Get some music in the car.
Oh, I've been listening to a lot of music lately.
In the car. I have podcasts, or I have YouTube videos on, or sometimes.
I've got back into listening to music. I've been listening to a lot of music, and I forgot how I do
catch it, but a lot of times it's a YouTube video. Like I'll put on the music video on YouTube and listen to the music that way. You know what I mean?
Listen to the Stone Roses all day. Listen to the Stone Roses all day. I have, Shabby. Come on, John. You're a Pixies fan as well, man.
Yeah. I've seen the Pixies in concert, even.
Yeah, I've seen them. We should go, man. We should do a concert.
Yeah.
Still touring. Oh, brilliant.
So my question is, do you guys do the same thing? Like Chris, you don't, when you're sorting all these toys, you don't have a TV on at all? Like you're not watching anything in the background?
Not usually, or if I do, it's old episodes of Time Team.
Yeah.
So it's something
Time Team.
I see, yeah.
Time Team, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, look what we found here. We found a small Roman wall.
Look at it.
I can.
Hey, that's my garden.
I can happily sit and watch Time Team, Chris.
Yeah.
Me and my wife. No, I've not. Has it got Tony Robinson in them?
Yeah, they've done new episodes. They're on YouTube. Wow. They're all Patreon produced. So they do 3 1-hour episodes for each dig now.
Wow.
They're about to do an 8-part one on the Band of Brothers.
Is Phil still there? He passed away, didn't he?
No, Phil's not on. Neither is Tony. Although both of them are going to do specials for Time Team.
They do. Yeah.
And all the GeoFizz guys, all those people are still there. The younger kids digging.
Yeah. He'll always be Baldrick to us, won't he? He'll
always be
Baldrick. Yeah.
You see, they have a new
short plan.
During Red Nose Day, they did a new short with Baldrick.
Yeah.
I completely missed that. I don't watch the BBC.
I've downloaded it, but I haven't watched it yet.
You've seen that we've got Blackadder stamps now. They've come out officially.
I saw those.
Yeah,
I saw those.
Brian Bessett's got his own big one.
I know you're still listening, Ron. I need Blackadder stamps.
Yeah.
I know you have to go to the post office to get them, but you know,
he doesn't like walking.
Send stamps to.
He set up a post office box, and I'm like, "That's great." Now you have to go there. No, they'll deliver his post office box to his house.
Oh, come on, Ram. Come on.
Well, someone just mentioned Quantumania again, and earlier they were talking about Kang, and yeah, I enjoyed the movie of Quantumania. However, I did not think they did Kang right. Like, there is absolutely like if you read the comic books and you know about Kang, it took all of the superheroes to take down Kang. There's no way that Ant-Man and his crew of Wasp people could do that. It's like they really cheesed out on
I mean, didn't Loki just stab him?
I mean, in every rendition, And what's really good though is the after credits scene with Loki, like that. I was like, oh my god, they're bringing Loki back, and they got the Council of Kang.
So we got that at the end of summer, haven't we? Loki series 2. Yeah.
Did I shoot?
Tez, what's that? Phil Harden. He's definitely not dead. Tez.
Phil Harden. Who did I say was dead?
Mick is dead.
Mick, the guy in the stripy jumper. Okay.
Yeah, Mick Aston's dead.
But I know did I mention? I think I mentioned on Culturecast. I got
nice
with the Annika Rice with the Rocket backstory in Guardians 3. That really hit a nerve with me because it wasn't until I was actually watching it on the cinema screen that because I was crying my eyes out. I was like, "Oh, Josh!"
Not everyone's seen it, Tez. To remember.
No. Rocket's got a back. I'm not going to spoil anything. Rocket's got a backstory, and in 1986, in my Transformers comic, I read this was the backstory for because it's got all the same characters. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Is it the same story as in the comic?
Well, I sort of. I haven't got all the issues here, but I remember in the comic it flashed back to what happened to him.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot this." And you know
that comic jumped up over $200 overnight.
Did it?
Because of those backstories being in it.
Yeah.
The ones where they published that backstory. There was a couple different issues.
Yeah,
where they published that backstory and there's a sucker thing.
So that Transformer comics are after £3 now, is it?
No, because you needed the original Rocket comic. This was just like they had. Yeah. But I've got a 10 of them with the Rocket Raccoon. I was reading them.
Yeah, some of those skyrocketed after the movie because of the.
Yeah,
they usually do.
And is it a power pack as well? Power pack. Is it Power Pack, John?
It was Power Pack, yeah.
Yeah, Power Pack. That used to be in there as well. Yeah, and Machine Man, not Iron Man, Machine Man.
There's a few issues that had that. Yeah.
We're getting to 10. We're 10 minutes over, so I just want to thank Chris and John, man. This has been one of my favourite ZSRs. I've loved it. Thank you both so much, especially you, John. Because I know you've got a lot on, my friend.
Well, he went. He's on a morphine drip and he went to sleep. So,
Honestly, we just to let you know, we all love you, mate. We all love you.
Yeah, well, I heard last night, but
everyone's all thoughts and prayers to Tunnel. That every one of us, we wish him all the best. And thank you for. I know it's hard for you, Mum, but we really, really, we love you to pieces, my friend. So thanks for coming.
It's a good distraction, and you guys,
it's a good distraction, isn't it?
You guys keep me from. I mean, quite frankly, you're keeping me from thinking about it for a little while.
We'll stay on for a bit. Stay on for a bit, John.
I appreciate it.
And Chris, man, it's always good to see you, Bubba.
It is, isn't it? It's always. And you know what? Chris hasn't shown us anything at all. All that stuff behind it.
He didn't do one of those. He didn't do one of those.
Private little chat with Chris. We
didn't show any toys. We talked toys and movies, but we didn't show anything.
It's been awesome. I've loved it. You know what I mean? Maybe we should do topics more often, boys. What do you reckon?
We should just do something.
Not
AI though. We're not doing any AI. Sorry.
Oh, you can talk about AI. You can.
And the thing is, as well, I mean, for 2/3 of the show, we've been between 65 and 75 people watching.
Well, make sure you hit the like.
That's amazing, yeah.
And we've always said, without the chat, there is no ZSR, and you're all part of
You
ZSR.
are GSR.
Thank you all so much. It means the world to me, Matt and Tez. That we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right. Has anyone got anything they want to say before we
next week, it's on my channel next week. We've got it's gonna be a bit gamey next week because we've got some toy gaming. Bit gamey.
What about you, Matt?
a bit gamey next week.
Me and Shabby are going to make sure we got some nice comfy pillows.
All right. No, you'll be grabbing your Sega cartridges.
I'll be grabbing my what? Yeah,
you'll be grabbing your Sega cartridges. Don't you worry.
I do want to say one thing. I think Tunnel is going to try his absolute best to be on for our Saturday shenanigans in the morning with our game, and I think we're going to stream it on Salacious Rum's channel.
Yeah.
So cool. If you want to see Tunnel, it'll probably be Tunnel's last time on Saturday shenanigans playing video games with the group. So if you want to
get on there,
hear him one last time, he's going to try his best. He might not make it through the whole game, but he'll be on for at least a little while.
Yeah, cool.
You know. What's that, Chris?
When you're going to start?
We're hoping for 7 a.m., but it's really whenever Mark is ready. So
okay,
yeah.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah,
and we'll probably stream it live on Salacious Rum's channel because that's where we usually put the Saturday shenanigans on. So,
What about you, Chris? You got anything coming up, my friend? And if you're not subscribed to either Super Awesome or 1,000 Skulls, where have you been? Got to subscribe.
Yeah.
Tomorrow after the gaming, I'm going to called Retro Mania here in Denver. It's a ton of retro toys, and they've got a few guests coming, so I'm going to do that. I'll film it for the stream, and then next Thursday I go for Nashville for
after ICC, innit? Yeah,
so
nice.
Yeah.
Chris, are you coming to Joe Fest?
I can't make that. I wanted to, but it's too close to this other one. I really need to get a job.
Yeah.
It's I think Tim Boss Bounty's going to ICC. I think he's going with John. Is he going? He's going to see John, the action grader.
Action figure grader, yeah.
I know Joey's going, and Sleeping's going, and Obi-Wan is going. Nice. I love all my UK Transformer comics.
Yeah, man, they're good.
We're working on getting that artist that I'm still in touch with him. He's got to nail down a day, but the artist that did all those, Dan Reed, is going to.
Oh, yes. You've asked me to do that. Yes, sorry, John, I forgot. Yes.
Any of you guys are welcome to come.
Let us know. And are you still planning to do your super huge? You did a Transformers documentary.
I paused on the Star Wars one, and then I'm starting to re-pick it up, but probably after we get through everything that's going on right now. What happened was the original idea for the Star Wars documentary, kind of, as I was interviewing a couple, I only did like maybe 4 or 5 people, and it started sort of falling apart. The idea just wasn't fitting. And I couldn't get it to edit in a nice way that flowed. So it took me a while with a few other people of like testing things and coming up with ideas before I finally hit on a topic that sort of works. Yeah. And in a flow that works. So I basically have to be probably re-recording with the people I already recorded with, and then start getting all the other people I want to have.
Well, when you're ready, John. But
it'll probably be like after June, July when I start back up, and then
it's a big ask.
But it's such a huge Star Wars is such a huge thing that it's tough to find the voice in there and narrow it down to sort of like one subject that would fit an hour-and-a-half documentary. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard. It's a hard one to tackle. You know, yeah.
So there's Bob Breakin's Palette Soy. That's his Kickstarter right there. So if anyone wants to follow that, Scuba's just put that up. Cheers, Scuba, for that. We appreciate it. And we're done. Right. Well,
good night, everyone.
Right.
Good night. We'll see you all soon.
Stay on.
See you next week.